Yo, how's it going, everyone? Insignia, Marksman, Clink, Aussie Cleetus' wife, Aussie Cleetus, Milando. How's it going, guys? How's it going? Agravane. How's everyone's weekend going? Hope it's all going good. I can see some of you are enjoying some of the new emotes, although it looks like they're a bit too big. They're overlapping. I asked him to make them bigger. They are now too big, so I'm going to have to I can ask him kindly to tone them down a bit. I will send him that message after the stream, and hopefully we'll get those tomorrow. Hey, DevKiz, how's it going, dude? Drink City Streamer, yes, sir. Gorsh, how's it going, Gorsh? How's it going, dude? How's everyone's weekend going? Everyone even more excited for VOH? Not long now. The cough's gone. I wasn't like fully ill last night, but you know when you feel like you've got something coming on, like something's trying to take you. I was sort of sitting there like I just feel rubbish. So I went to bed and I woke up today feeling a bit better. So I think my body's sort of like fought it off. So I think it was the right choice for me last night, to be honest. Hey, Teslan, how's it going? Good to see you. All right, let's get into this. I'm actually going to just start by finishing off putting together a planner. I want to do this in Mobalytics, but I actually can't because they haven't updated their website fully. They've been updating it all day. They fixed gems. Way! I couldn't even put my gems in earlier. They broke that bit. Okay, cool. Well, we can put the gems back in. But until they update the Paragon board, I legitimately cannot do it here. So I've been updating. So funnily enough, guys, right? What is being raved about as the strongest build right now, and this is obviously before people have gotten dug in on the whole community, until people find the other broken builds out there. One of the ones I put together, Touch of Death, my Creeping Death build, this is essentially, it's slightly different to the one I've seen, but this is essentially what is being raved about as the most powerful build, which is not surprising to me at all. The way this build works, and I saw it immediately. I think I put this build up about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago or something, originally. The original version, it's nutty how strong. It's just good at everything, I think. I haven't actually played it, and I think it's just going to be ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm going to finish doing this one. I need to get some numbers. So while I'm still allowed to, I'm going to use the max roll for numbers, because I can actually do my Paragon board here. I have been told by Mobalytics team they're okay if I do that, because I just can't do it in their platform. They're a bit behind. So we'll get it up on Mobalytics when they've updated their site. Good stuff. Definitely better to try and take it on so you're not ill for the expansion. Absolutely, dude. Just waiting and waiting, Michael. Absolutely. Hey, Etsy, how's it going, dude? It's good to see you. So I've pretty much put the build together. I've actually made some changes here to my Mobalytics thing. I was sort of looking around and thinking about it and putting some different theories together. The main one being the ultimate. I was going to use Centipede, but as I read it more with the new updates, the poisoning side only comes from Harmonious Devourer. Their initial hit, I think, is hit damage only. My version of Touch of Death focuses on build up as much poisoning damage as you essentially can on one hit, so that the next hit will consume it with Noxious Resonance and blast for an absurd amount more damage. And once I finish this build, you'll see how stupid it will be. I couldn't actually put all the nodes I wanted to in the skill tree. They added three new passives to Spiritborn, and they're all good for my build. One of them, more skill damage but costs more vigor, same as you've got on other classes. You know, more core damage but costs more resource. Well, my build is a core skill, but it doesn't cost resource anymore because I converted it to be basic skill as well as a core skill. So that just gives me the damage for free. Number two, one of the, actually, yeah, so this one here, the extra node they added here, that's not amazing for me. But the other one is potency skills deal 30x multiplicative damage but have 15% increased cooldowns. Well, Touch of Death is a potency skill, but it's also been made additionally a core skill which no longer has a cooldown. So again, I'm just getting damage for free. So yeah, they're just amazing. I just don't have enough points to put in. I've literally just put 1 point in Armoured Hides because I don't have the points to put up there. I haven't even maxed out Scourge here, although you could while you're leveling. I've taken points out of Apex because that's one of the least damage increasing skills, I suppose. It doubles up on Elite, so it would be 18x multiplicative for 3 points. Maybe that's better than I don't know, maybe it's better than Nourishment, but the thing is, Nourishment multiplies your poisoning damage specifically. So I wonder if Nourishment is better. It may well be. I don't actually need these here. And maybe that is better. I don't know, it's hard to tell until I can test it. I'd have to test them. Couldn't even put multiple... Oh, I put 1 point in Oppressive just for the extra crowd control durations. But I'm utilising so many different mechanics in this build. I couldn't even put 3 in Supremacy, but I could probably gain a point somewhere if I really wanted to sacrifice something. Yeah, could take Scourge out and maybe use Toxic Skin. But anyway, this is where we've landed. Actually, I'll tell you what I should do so you can see a bit better. I've just realised I need to get a different screen for this. Because I'm running my screen in HDR. I need to force it into SDR. There you go. You guys will be able to see a bit better now. Sorry about that. I'm watching the wrestling, so going to be jumping in that stream. I'll be looking, hey, Devkers Norris, man. I appreciate that, dude. You're back on track, yet. See, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So, yeah, this is a rough... It's rough and in the works, but, I mean, the few things I may change around in the skill tree here won't be, like, absolutely build-defining. It's like optimization. The main stuff I need is there. Using the Hunter, there's 2 things I like about this. One... it overfills your ferocity, more attack speed, and I scale my crit damage based on the stacks of ferocity, so that's just ridiculous when all of my damage is coming from crit damage. And then also it has a way of resetting itself just by killing an enemy, and it doesn't have an innate cooldown on it, like lasting for X seconds, which means it will end quicker, which means it will kick Supremacy in. And the other thing, the one thing that Hunter is ridiculous on is once you've used it for 8 seconds, you do 100% multiplicative damage you do to injured enemies. So once they're below 35% life, you're going to double your damage. It's insane. That's so much stronger than basically every other one of these. Hey, Laduga, how's it going, dude? How's it going, man? Good to see you. So yeah, that's where we'll end up. I'm just going to whack this Paragon board together. So I'm going to have I've actually got my other build up. I'm going to have a little peek at what I did with it before, try and save some time. So I don't spend the whole stream doing this again like I did before. I just want to get the numbers right, so I've got at least one build. This is likely to be the build that I end up going into on my first build, honestly. Yes, this all seems reasonable, although they've added extra nodes here, so you can get a really quite amazing amount of dexterity in this board now. But yeah, you can get a lot of dexterity in this board now. So we may shift some stuff around. But for now... Oh, they took armor out there. That's interesting. Added damage to elites in here instead. Very interesting. We can change these around once we get there. I'll stick to what I had before just so I can get the basic boards in. I don't think the boards are going to change much. Back up, back up. Do now. Oh yeah, look at that. You've got extra nodes and everything. Trying to give you a reason to use more nodes in the boards. 10, 25, so I can get 65, 55 in here. How on earth did I get to... Oh yeah, I had those before. So I mean, they're new. That's new. You get to 59. Not too bad. I mean, you're probably going to want the armor here, actually. Do now. Oh, what was the next board? Trying to finish up my first non-carry hardcore bar today. Hey, nice. What level are you up to, dude? Also, guys, if there is anyone in the chat right now that has not entered into the giveaway, if you join the Discord, there is a giveaway for the Ultimate Edition, as it's just been posted. There is a giveaway for the Ultimate Edition of Vessel Hatred, because I have been blessed with a copy, and we will be giving that away at the end of the stream tomorrow. So if you haven't already joined, join the Discord, tag yourself as interested in Diablo 4, go to the giveaway channel, hit the emote on the box, and then you'll be entered. It doesn't matter if you own it already. You can choose to give it to someone if you win. Yeah, so feel free to join, guys. 99 Ladugo, nice. Only one to go. So close yet so far away. Right, what board did we slap in here? I actually put sapping in here, so let's put that one in there. The sapping is absolutely going on this build. It's completely goated for this build. Where's the rotate button on this website? There it is. It's not my preferred website, this, but like I say, the Paragon boards are updated, so I can actually do what I want to do. Oh, they've changed that to maximum resource from crowd control. That's a massive change for my build. Maximum resource is good. The more maximum resource I've got, the more I slap. So that's very good for me. They've added extra dex nodes as well. That's interesting. So yeah, we're going to want all the maximum resource. Going to have to reroute the board completely. Because I think I did take a dex node here. Right, let's go over here. What glyph did I put in here? One of the big crit ones, probably. Yeah, I put spirits in here. That kind of makes sense. Spirit. Boom. There we go. Yeah, they've made all the glyph areas slightly bigger for normal nodes to make it so that the glyphs have got a bit more choice on like where they would go. So you may as well come out here for this, and you will want this for the resistances and the armor. You'll want this whole cluster probably. I imagine. Do that for that. Oh, we don't need that one there. Attack speed and dodge. I mean, you won't necessarily need that cluster. There's more max. There's loads of max resource. I need that. I need all the resource gens. You get 10, 12, 14% resource gen up there. That's real nice. Resistance and all elements. Don't necessarily need the attack speed and dodge chance, but we'll take it anyway. We're probably going to run out of nodes, frankly. But, just working out which the best way would be to go here. We need all these. It's absolutely required for this build, really. And I guess we come up here. If I need to get rid of attack speed and dodge, I can get rid of this cluster here. So that's something I could do. I mean, that's a lot of life I'm missing there as well. Points are very quickly disappearing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's actually quick to go this way. Maybe I'll optimize some of those later. Figured if I can level them while they're at the weakest. True, Laduga. Yep. What's going on? Recovery, dude. How's it going, man? It's good to see you. Yeah, not bad. I'm just quickly throwing together this build here. How did I do this before? Yeah, so I actually skipped this cluster down here before because I didn't really need it, but I actually want all the stuff there now. So, might be able to optimize this later. But, yeah. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the same. Okay, so let's go this way. Because I quite like this pattern. What board did I do next? Yeah, this one makes sense. Convergence. I'd rather do this than the other website, but they haven't updated the Paragon boards there yet, so I can't get the setup proper. And we do not have a lot of time. I do not know if they're going to update that before the release, so we'll have to see. We're coming this way. Let's get the glyph in so I can see. They've added loads of new nodes for the glyphs, so it's going to use up. Going to have to make some choices. They've done that partly to make it so you have to choose some. You don't just take every cluster. Like you legitimately can't max out your glyphs and take all the clusters. Yes, this is the centipede skill one. This makes sense because that's going to scale the base poison damage, which is going to be incredible. What's it called again? Fester. Centipede skills do more damage to crowd-controlled enemies. I mean, it also scales poison damage, which is just great. Damage dex. Got to try and save nodes here where I can, so... Okay, and then we just come out here. So that's the exit for that board. What we got here? Max life. Oh, that's a lot of max life. Holy moly. It's 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, we need this. Armor and resistance. I mean, we kind of need that as well. 2 non-physicals are amazing. This whole board's great. Choice is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we do that, it was slightly closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm wondering if it would actually be better to do this. Probably better to do that, because then we're closer. Do that for more decks. Skip that node. More attack speed. We may not need this, but... Yeah, wow, my nodes are real disappearing. Interesting. 110 here again. Enormous. We might change that to another dex one later. Recovery dude. Nice. I have my rogue build about half done. I think I'm going to have to play to see which way I want to go. Not good at deciding when I'm theory crafting. I'm getting better at building when I'm in the gameplay and testing and tuning. Absolutely, dude. That's pretty much it, right? I'm pretty good at working out like some things. And, I mean, I've actually opted to use these gloves here, the Craze of the Dead God. These may not be as good as something like the Pain Gorges, but this thing here will technically, if everything goes my way, could potentially mean I could triple hit with Touch of Death in one hit. Applying 3 loads of poison, and then the next hit you consume it all, multiply it by 3% multiplicative times your maximum resource, which should be at least 200 by the time you've maxed everything out, then multiplied by the fact you're critting, so you hit your poison damage, and your Noxious Resonance is going to take 100% of your dot damage, and then multiply it by your current damage bonus, which I've got 574 right now, and I've not even finished the build yet. This is going to be like 1,000%. It's going to be stupid. It's going to do like 11 times damage. So you're basically only going to have to get their HP to like 10% dot. And once you've done that, you hit and boom, they'll be dead. It'll be insane. Hey, Jay Skits, my dude. How's it going, man? How's it going, dude? How's it going? So this is why I knew this build was going to be insane, because of this node is just freaking cracked. It actually is ridiculous, to be honest. I hate the fact that this website doesn't show your maximum vigor. So that's a bit annoying. For some reason, that's broken and doesn't actually display. So that's not overly useful. But there we go. Is what it is. Right, what was the next board that I used? I used dodge and block, but this might change, actually. What are the nodes? You've got fire and damage crowd control. Gorilla and elite. Dodge and life on hit. Max life poison res, damage and dex. What does it change to is the question. Hey, Green Manalishi, how's it going, dude? Welcome into the channel, welcome to the community. How you doing? How's it going, man? I'll get in some gameplay shortly. I'm just trying to throw together a bit more of this. I need to check to see what this actually changed to, because they've changed some of these clusters. Dodge and armor, fire max fire. I don't necessarily need the attack speed here, honestly. Block resistance, maximum life resistance, damage. Yeah, what did I use as the last one? I bet there's a board change here to do. Yeah, there is. So, funnily enough, I'm not going to use this board. The reason I didn't use the board I'm about to put on is because it was actually a bit rubbish before. What the hell? When you heal for 100% of your maximum life, deal 13,000% multiplicative damage to close damage. That's got to be wrong. That's meant to be 30. That's definitely wrong. That's insane. Yeah, this one here. Up to 30% chance to knock down vulnerable enemies. You deal 30% increased damage to controlled enemies. That one is quite likely to be what I use. The Thorn's cooldown is no good for me. I mean, increased damage from max life. Max life armor. Damage reduction while you have a barrier, which I will have up a lot. So that's very good for defense. We're a bit of vulnerable. Damage while barriered. Critical strike damage is really nice. Multiplicative increased damage for each % of your maximum life you have as barrier. And I can guess up to 30% straight away through Gorilla here. So that's 10% basically. Yeah. If I'm at max barrier. So it's not that strong unless you get way more versions of barrier somewhere. Lucky hit lightning. There's quite a bit of critical strike damage in this board, but yeah, unless the legendary node's really benefiting you, it's not actually that worth it. What else we got? Drive we're going to use anyway. So that's it really. Bits of medicine I don't think is going to be any good for us. Damage dex. Damage to close and dex no good for us. Max life healing received. Attack damage. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't really need anything in this board. It's probably the weakest board in the arsenal, honestly. So yeah, I'd say revealing. I wasn't going to use this because the nodes were a bit rubbish before, but they changed them. So now you've got something that's a bit more usable, I'd say. Got lightning and poison resin here. So that helps with resistances. Max life and armor. Armor and dodge. So this is going to help with the armor situation as well. Vulnerable is never bad. So it's not awful. Bit more attack speed. Poison. Lucky hit and lightning. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. I can't even follow my route here. The only reason I did this before is because that one... Oh yeah, that's right. Do we have strength in here? Yes, we do. Let's just come over here and work out what the... there is. Because I've made all my skills, Gorilla and Jaguar skills as well, I can use the Jaguar one that gives loads of crit damage. Here we go. Oh no, the Jaguar one, which will scale all my skills base damage, which means it'll do more poisoning damage, because the poisoning damage is on the skill. And this gives me 10% crit chance. I mean, this does give me multiplicative crit strike damage. So that's what, 1,914. If I put that in, that puts me at 2,200. So it's pretty nice. That is potentially one that could be changed out if I really wanted to. Theoretically, I could add, like... This is intelligence as well. How much intelligence could I get here? This is one where I could change out if I wanted the non-physical damage one in. Wherever that was, yeah. You could get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 40, 54. So it's not awful. We'll stick with the one I had before though, because it's pretty nice. Damage to crowd controlled isn't... Wow. 70% damage to crowd controlled. It's pretty significant. Shame that's not crit damage. That'd have been crazy. What we got over here? Vulnerable damage. Doesn't really matter which way I go, but you do want that, really. 69 strength. This is 69 giggity. So that's pretty good for Jaguar skills there. Could actually just put flat up poison damage here as well. You could change it for this one here if I wanted to. But theoretically, they would both scale those skills. Oh, it's actually a bit more. 74. Wow, you get 74 strength here. Okay, that's quite decent. Hey, Wiseful, how's it going, man? So how's it going, dude? How's your weekend? I hope things are looking up for you. I won't say too much more because it's your personal stuff, but I did sit in your channel for quite a long time the other day. I was just walking home from work, so I hope things are looking up, dude. I'm good, man. I'm good. Just waiting on the release. Just throwing this together. I usually use Mobalytics, but they haven't updated their Paragon board, so I'm just slapping stuff together here. And yeah. Then we're going to get into some gameplay of some kind. Yeah, man, they are, aren't they? They are what they are, absolutely. But yeah, how's your weekend otherwise, dude? Did you do your giveaways and stuff? Because Wiseful here is also giving away a bunch of stuff, including an Ultimate Edition, I believe, of the game. Same as myself. I am excited, yeah. I'm a little bit sad that I didn't get a chance to get on it before, because the build that's being raved about as being the best build is the build I'm redoing right now. But I have actually... it's the build that I saw being potentially the best build. Like, I legitimately saw the interactions, but I just haven't had a chance to get to play it. But it doesn't surprise me that it's working very well. So we'll see when I get a chance to play how well. But I imagine it's going to destroy the in-game content, to be honest. Hey, Lord Carnage, thanks for the Prime, man. Appreciate your support. Thanks, dude. Big love. How's it going, man? Yes, I am looking forward to it in a big way. Armor. This armor might be required. What's my armor looking like right now? Oh, it doesn't flipping work. Oh, that's because I'm still at minus, is it? Oh, that's good, isn't it? I'm probably going to have to roll armor on one of these. I can't see how I'm going to get to 1,000 armor otherwise. So we'll solve that in a minute. Solve that problem in a moment. But we'll definitely need this cluster. We need the armor here anyway. Drink silly streamer. Clink. Cheers, dude. Appreciate you. Rob was talking about it. Well, yeah, I don't think it was him that came up with the build. But either way, yeah, it is. I put my original version of the build up like before the recent notes about 2 weeks back or something. 10 days maybe. The second I saw the Spiritborn, then I went and learned the trees and everything. I saw the interaction. I was like, that's going to be ridiculous. So it does not surprise me at all, to be honest. Right, we're going to go this way. Because probably don't need so much. We need a bit of poison res here. So we'll go through, we'll take all this stuff, because then we can come around here and get... We don't necessarily need this, actually. Yeah, we're good for lightning. We don't need this cluster down here. We'll take this, because that helps with crit... Oh, actually, no, we'll take that, because that helps with resistances and stuff. We'll come up this way. We'll take all the armor and Matt's life, because that's always useful. Obviously need the legendary node, and then we need to exit somewhere. Which actually might be... I normally like to go right here, but honestly, it might be cheap to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, we can go this way. Sweet. I like this pattern. And there's a lot of dex nodes there, so that's good for our damage. Well, I just wanted to drop in and show some love. Yeah, no worries, Wise. Thanks for dropping in, man. I appreciate you. And as I say, I hope that all goes well. I'm sure we'll catch up soon enough. And yeah, have a good rest of your weekend, dude. Thanks for dropping in again. Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Now, if I remember rightly, there's one... You can use this as an intelligence activation, or we can use it as a dex activation. Now, the skills that critically strike generating vigor will be very useful for leveling. In the end game, this won't necessarily be the strongest, but it will give us... This will give us a lot of crit strike damage. So this is just absolutely mental, really. And we're going to go this way. Definitely want all of these. We want all the movement speed. Oh, wow. 17.5% movement speed. What? That can't be right, surely. That's more... No, that can't be right. Look, magic nodes of 17.5% movement speed when the rare is only 7. That's got to be wrong, surely. That's got to be a typo. I am going to presume... I mean, that was... Yeah, I'm going to presume that's wrong. Because that's insane. If that is true, that's better than the rare node. That can't be right, surely. No, 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 inside. I haven't got enough nodes. I'm going to have to go through and optimize something. This is what I thought. Poison's really low still. How much over am I on lightning? I could probably take that out there, actually. Put that poison one in there. which surprises me. But oh, now lightning's really low. Oh dear, this is interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so I am over-resed on lightning. Where was the lightning res I took earlier? My armor's super low as well. I'm starting to think I might actually... That's fire and lightning. Okay, we definitely want to change fire off of the mat. Oh no, fire's not good, is it? Oh Christ. Cat. One sec, guys. Oi. Out. Go on. Out. Sorry, my cat's being a pain. Yeah, I am planning for T4, yeah. It's alright, I'll figure it out. I just wanted to get the boards in flesh, and then because I wanted to see what the deal is. I haven't put armor or resistances on anywhere in my gear. Now, I do know how I can solve resistance on my gear. I wanted to see how under I was first. Yeah, I may actually need to put a different pair of boots on, but then I'd want to work out where this veracity goes, maybe. I don't know where that's going to go. Suppose it could go there. Hey, Keradis, how's it going, man? Yeah, I'm good, dude. How are you? Just figuring out life here. I'm going to run out of nodes in a minute, so that's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to go like bare bones here. Alright, we don't necessarily need lucky hit or dodge shots. We can skip those. Damage reduction while moving, max life. This is a nice to have for the max life, but that's about it. We obviously need the glyph. That's the only thing that's like an absolute must. That one would be nice. That's a lot of max life. But there's a lot of max life here. We definitely want this for max life, right? And then we just I'm going to have to make up some nodes somewhere. So that I can activate this full glyph. That's Dex. We're coming down this way. Go this way. What's the glyph called? Fitness. I'll just take that there. Miles under. I gotta sort it out, and then I'll. Yeah, we want all the crit damage loads here. Yeah, we need this. One, two, three. One of those days. Could do this actually. One, two, three. Go to those. And get rid of the vulnerable damage there. Oh no, we actually can't. So it doesn't really matter which way you go. We'd actually be able to go this way. Scum those days. I got one down here as well. Which way do we go for that? I guess that way. 90. This is a very good cluster for intelligence as well, potentially. One of those days. Alright, so if I change that for the 17, 27, 37, 47, 57, 71. Yeah, so you can get a pretty decent amount of non-physical with a 15x multiplier on it. It's pretty significant. Wouldn't scale your crit damage, mind. Like this does. That puts you up to 3,200%. Well, I'm 20 points under, so I can work that out. I can optimize the board elsewhere. What's my health? So yeah, resistances are a bit crap right now, and my armor's at 91, so obviously I need to figure that out. I'm nerding, yeah, just doing some theory right now, and then we'll get in some gameplay in a bit. Just trying to figure out this board, because I haven't played around with the new boards yet. So I'm just figuring that out. So obviously you need the armor here, because we're under-armored anyway. Attack speed, it doesn't actually... Oh yeah, 44.5. I don't think we need all of this. I mean, resistances I can solve easily enough. Annoyingly, I don't know where all the attack speed goes. Like, yeah, I don't know where all the attack speed goes in the caps yet. So, not 100% sure. Not 100% sure, like, how overcapped on the attack speed I'm going to be. And I'm going to get up to 10 stacks of veracity, which is 50% attack speed. If that all goes into attack speed 1, I'm basically capped here. And that's... Is that with the board stuff? I guess it is. Yeah, it is. But that's without any other attack speed cap, like, bonuses. I'm over capped on the resource gen here, actually. I get 30... I get 45 from my skill tree. Which is interesting, because that means I could actually take out 2 points from this. Which means I could then put my extra point down here. And I could put an extra point somewhere else. I'm still over cap, mind. I only need to have 100% energy resource gen, and that's it. I get 30 while Ravager's up. And I get 5 from that, so that's 35%. So I only need 65. Where do I put this other point? Let's have a look. I don't really need this. It'd have been nice to have had that, but it only gives you 5% if you're on a single... I always think about single target bosses when I'm doing these things. You can gain 4% multiplicative there. 6% there against the vulnerable elites. Unstoppable there. Could get lifesteal, more lifesteal, although we got loads anyway. Casting Scourge grants max vigor. We'll stick it there for now. That seems reasonable. This is how we get builds to play day one. True. This build will be ridiculous. It requires certain gear, but it is going to be silly, I think. Honestly. I need to figure out this stuff. I need to figure out... So the one way to solve resistances here would be to put a different pair of boots on. What's my max life at? 3,500. That seems pretty low. But then that's with the stat squish, so it might be okay, to be honest. I don't really need vigor per second on this final build, I don't think, actually, to be honest. Going to change that for max life. You don't really need vigor per second on this final one, as per se, I don't think. Although it'd be very useful while levelling up, mind. Gain 15% anyway. There's a node here that means I gain 15%. When you cast 3 of the same skill, you gain 15% vigor. Yeah, so you only have to cast... If I cast skills fast enough, that's going to be crazy. And then I get stacks... I get ranks of velocity anyway. A whole load of them. Which means when I'm moving, I'll have a certain amount of vigor per second anyway. So that could potentially go to max life, actually. which could be pretty significant. Or I could take Armoured Hide off and put max health on, I don't know. Hard to tell. How much more max life do I get if I put this in? Quite a lot. That's pretty significant. But I feel like I need armour. Might have to take Armoured Hide off here and put armour in. I feel like that's the only way you're actually going to get some max armour here. That still only gets me to 725. So I'm going to need to have armour somewhere here. What we got on this? I need these. Yeah, I might actually need to put total armour on here to get to 100. Or, actually... So saw cooldown, saw size. I can live without these, but this ferocity aspect, I do want this. Scourge continuously affects enemies around you for 9 seconds. I mean, that kind of is nice. What does, let's do again. 5 seconds. It's a 60% X. Over 3 seconds. Level 1 to 40 builds are usually determined by the drops you are lucky enough to get. Yeah, pretty much, Lord Carnage. You want my interpretation of this build? Yeah, go on, Milando. I'll take anyone's interpretation. It's okay. I'm a big boy. But yes, you are right. Getting 1 to 40 is going to be very much based on, you know, what you're lucky enough to drop and whatever. For sure. So I'm just thinking about Scourge. I do like the idea of Scourge, because it gives you massive damage against crowd control enemies and a lot of poisoning damage. 100% X poisoning damage over 6 seconds. But maybe if I have to put a different pair of boots on, I really want that ferocity aspect, which means it's going to have to go on one of these. So I'm kind of thinking... Because resistance is not solved, that's too low. I'm going to get squished. I'm kind of thinking toxic skin. Your poisoning deals an additional 25% of its damage over time as critical strikes to vulnerable enemies. I mean, that could be really nice. Or I just don't take this here for the 40x damage on feared enemies. I mean, Scourge makes them feared all the time. That would help on the bosses. That'd give me another 40x damage, but maybe that's what I do. Maybe I just put duelists on there for now. And then, I mean, the thing is here, if I'm going to lose max life here, which is kind of sad. But there's a bunch of different uniques here, which could be useful. There's actually 2. There's Rakonov's Wake, and there's also Yen's Blessing. Both have very high resistances on it. The thing about Rakonov's Wake is that has non-physical damage on it and cooldown as well. Yen's Blessing is the one that Milando was using when I was talking to him earlier, and that's also a viable option for sure. That has resistances on it with Resource Gen, but as I've ascertained, I don't actually need any more Resource Gen right now. I'm actually good enough with Resource Gen right now. I suppose that means I could potentially take one off of there, but... Or I could actually take my temper off here and temper into a crit damage. That'd be nice. Yeah, I could do that, but... So I'm still over now. In fact, I could do that anyway. The one thing about the Yens is it's got the casting a skill has a 60% chance to cast a non-mobility, non-ultimate skill that is currently on cooldown. And that's quite nice. But the rest of this stuff is okay for me in my current build. The Rakenov's Wake doesn't have a particularly amazing aspects on it. However, cooldown reduction is nice. Resistance in all elements is super nice. And the non-physical is also super nice. So this pretty much solves everything for me, especially if I go to 12 ranks. 108% non-physical damage is actually pretty nice, to be honest. And the extra cooldowns would help. I'm thinking lightning's going to be like mega solved here. Let's take that out a second. Can I unequip it? Yeah, if I take that out, lightning is just solved, so I can just whack a... What about this one? Okay, so I need the shadow one, about the cold one. And I need the cold one. Interesting. I need just a touch more poison, really. I wanted to put at least one. I wanted to put one skull in here so I could solve my armor without having to roll total armor. But I might have to roll total armor in there. Honestly, that might be the only way to do it. Oh no, no. Oh yeah, no, it is. It's still not going to be quite enough, is it? 2 grand diamonds, I'm 7% off. God damn it. Oh no, if I get a GA and a resistance, we're good, we're golden. That solves it. And then you can stick 1 mega grand skull in. We're 965, we're super close now, okay. I mean, this is obviously like highly optimized. What happens if I take that out? They're really close. Okay. So you could put another grand skull in here, and then you could probably not temper in there. Yeah, you're over. You don't need to temper in there anymore. Temper in something else, like max life or something. Or dex, doesn't really matter. Early season builds I find are limited by aspect availability. Well, we should be able to go and farm them pretty fast. They're all available in the new area, so you just go and farm them for where you want to get them from. Hey, Vatos, how's it going, dude? Yeah, just join up the Discord, man. Click that you're interested in Diablo 4, go to the giveaway channel, click on the emoticon, emote on the box, and then, yeah, it'll be drawn tomorrow. I made this build stronger than I made my build. Yeah. Possibly. Yeah. It's all about juggling stuff around, though, isn't it? I don't even know what a good amount of max life is. I can't remember. The thing is, it sounds like they've stat squished further to make it so the numbers are actually stat squished. So where I had like 6,000 life or something on the PTR, that may now be wildly higher than you would expect to have. Like 4,284 life might actually be regarded as a high amount of life. I'm not really sure. Necro, how's it going, dude? Welcome in. Good to meet you. When does the new thing come out? On Monday night at midnight for me. 4 p.m. on Monday at 4 p.m. PST, Pacific time. 7 p.m. for Eastern time. And if you're over in the land of Aussie, it'll be 10 a.m. on Tuesday. And if you're over in New Zealand, it'll be midday on Tuesday. And then anywhere in between on your time zone. So it depends on your time zone, really. It lands directly on midnight, Monday going to Tuesday for me. Hey, Dust Ruthless, how's it going, dude? You have 6k roughly, Merlando. Okay, good to know. Exactly 2 days. It does, yeah. It goes live exactly 2 days from now, to the minute. You are right, Lord Carnage. There's a Renaissance fair across the street. Lots of cosplay. Hey, nice. That sounds pretty epic. 1,000%. You got 6,000 max life, so you got a lot more than me. Interesting. I mean, I could put... Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Trying to work out where the max life would come from now. I mean, mean, obviously, if I had a GA on that max life as well, that would put me up to 4,700. I'm only putting 1 GA in all the items because that's normally the best way to go with it, really. I kind of wanted to keep Armoured Hide active duration to make it slightly easier to keep Armoured Hide up. Well, I'm assuming the cooldown doesn't start when it ends. I guess we'll find out. I hope it doesn't. But with those two, that gives me about 100% active hide duration, which means that will last like 18 seconds. And with the cooldown, that means I should be able to keep it up 100% of the time, as long as the cooldown doesn't start when it ends. But resistances are pretty much solved. I'm pretty sure I can solve that in a Paragon board somewhere, of which I still need to get rid of 20 more points. Is there one more? Well, intelligence gives me resistance to elements here, but yeah, getting another 1.5% might be interesting. Is there one more all-res node I just didn't pick up along the way for some reason? Probably. Yeah, there's one here. Here we go. So I put that in there. There you go. That solves resistances. Now I just need to work out to make 21 points back. Kind of want those. So we can get quite a lot of ferocity. I think you get 4 by default. This gives you 5. And then you can get another 5 from that. So that's 10. That's 50% attack speed. So that gets me up to basically 100% here. We need the armor. We need the resistances here. So I can't really sacrifice any of those. I need the armor. Kind of don't want to sacrifice health, which is all I've taken here. It's actually hard to choose what to get rid of here, isn't it, really? Blimey. I mean, yeah, I need the armor res here. This is insanely good for my build. I need that, really. I need all this stuff. How the hell do I get 21 points back? Could probably get rid of one of those. Yeah, just about. 999. I'm 1 under. I need some more strength nodes. Yeah, if I take 1 strength node somewhere, I'm pretty sure I can optimize this board to get 1 random stereo. Look, they are solved. Just change the dex there. So that gives me... So I'll save a couple of nodes there. We need the strength here. We'll take that node out. We don't need this. Take that node out there. We don't need this. $17. Jesus. Yeah, they've really thrown in choice here, haven't they? I could potentially sacrifice all of this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, yeah, I could just sacrifice all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In favour of 4, that'd save me 8 nodes, but lose me a bit of attack speed. In fact, it would lose me quite a lot of attack speed. 12.5%. Yeah. I mean, there's a world where actually I might use the Pain Gorges rather than the Craze of Dead God anyway. I just want to test this out, since they added Touch of Death ranks on it. So it might end up being really good. I really don't know. Gorgy drinks City Streamer. Yes, sir. Cheers, everyone. You're playing Throne of Liberty today. It's totally different to what I'm used to. Yeah, I've heard. I've played it for about an hour. It's okay. I've got friends who are really enjoying Throne of Liberty. I didn't want to get too into it, though, because I'm obviously playing this, right? I think attack speed's going to be an interesting one. I'm trying to think, is there any other hooks I'm forgetting about here? So Ferocity is a big one for attack speed, and I am going to have Ferocity pretty much all the time here. And I can get an extra 4 stacks for Overhunters. That's another 20%. So I think actually I'm going to be... That's like 70%. I'm going to be over. So I probably can sacrifice all these here. I think that's one way we can save some nodes. So that's some. I'm over resource gen quite a bit actually. Get 45% when Ravager's up. So I'm over by 112, 117%. So I got too much. But I do want the maximum resource. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah. It would allow me to save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. Hey! Rolando coming in with the 5 bomb. Dude, thank you so much for the support, man. Big love. Thanks, man. Oh, you started a raid train, you absolute hype train, or whatever it's called, you madman. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. TTV Tunes, Raw Dog, Strawberry Milk Skis, Wisconsin, and Nisu. Welcome in, welcome in. Maybe give Rolando a cheeky thank you. Dude, you get to choose a number between 1 and 5 for one of these crazy little jelly bean things here. Let me know, dude. We'll get one of those in my face hole. Hey! And Dust Ruthless coming in with the gift sub as well. Cheers, man. Appreciate you. Big love. Savage Wolf, the lucky recipient. Maybe give Dust Ruthless a cheeky little thank you. Number 4. Always number 4. You number 4 whores. I've got a good feeling this is likely going to be Wasabi. There can't be many apples left in here. I'll switch over to the other screens. You get to see it up in high clarity, high definition. Yeah, our big old green bean. Here we go. I think that's apple. That is apple. I win! Yes! That's probably the last one in the box. I can't have many apples left in there, surely. It's a very spicy apple. It's definitely not wasabi, though. I would save 9 nodes. How the effing hell do I save 9 nodes here? Six, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I can actually see how I can save more nodes. Laduga coming in with a 5 bomb as well. What's going on, you absolute mad? You mental people. Thanks, man. Much love. Appreciate you. D4 Curse, Varix TTV. Yo, it's Lit 1. That's a great name. Greg Resin, Sim999. Lucky recipients. Maybe give Laduga a cheeky thank you. Give me a number, dudes. You also get a number between 1 and 6 for one of these little beans. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you get to make me have a little tier or 2. Oh, wasabi left now, probably. Number 5. That's cherry or chili. Cherry or chili. Hey, old man Rivers coming in with the sub as well. Dude, thank you so much for the support. Much love, man. You also get to give me a number. Give me a number between 1 and 6. I give it to all legit subs and 5 gift subs and so on. I can't do it to every gift sub, otherwise these beans will last me 2 minutes. Rolando's like, yes! Yes! Get him to eat it all! Number 5. Oh my god. Imagine if I get 2 chili ones right now. You're going to watch my eyes fall out. My arse fall out. My knob's going to fall off. It's going to be outrageous. Just started playing this game again. Been a while. Nice improvements. Yeah, man. Very excited for next week. Right, here we go. We're going to do a double pink one. Cherry or chili? You guys are hoping I get double cherry. He gets to watch me arse fall out. Make him suffer. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, I'm not sure I'm ready for this one. I love a bit of heat, but these are quite hot if you get the chili ones. I've definitely got 1 chili. Ah. I mean, they might have both been chili. Can't even speak. Oh. 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 My eyes are watering. Oh. It's rule number 1 when you do spice stuff. Don't rub your eyes, but never mind. Oh, man, yeah, they're pretty hot. It's not... The thing is, after doing that hot chip, I can sort of take these. That hot chip really was hot. I legit was shaking. Not that you could see it on camera very well. And I couldn't feel my fourth and my fifth fingers on both hands. I'd literally lost all sense in my nose. Yeah, they were both. I think at least one of those was chilly. Oh, man. That's pretty hot. Cheers, guys. I'm going back to the game soon. You've had enough of seeing me suffer. Oh. My eyes. Right. I can save some nodes. Look at this. Look at this for optimization for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13 nodes I can save in favour of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah. Optimization wizard. Let's go. That's what we like. Well, we're close now. There we go. 4. I need to save 4 more nodes, which can be done. I mean, let's put it this way. That is actually legitimately 17.5% movement speed, which I don't think it is. That sounds too high to me. Considering it's only 7% on the rare node. That can't be that high. Oh, man, my tongue's stingy. My tongue stings. Oh, need more fluids. This is a banger of a track. Gonna start smashing my forehead on the desk in a minute. Can I save more? 1, 2... No, that's not gonna work. Exactly, Milando. I do love me a bit of Slipknot. Man, this is fucking hard work. I actually quite like the changes they've added. Like, you want to maximise your glyphs. I actually quite like it. My tongue's still stinging. Lovely. I can't get rid of the strength. I need that for this. I want to keep that because we got... I mean, I could get rid of the rare node. I suppose. Could just not take those 4. I mean, there's 40% additive damage, though. That is quite a lot. Nothing is what it seems. My. Just looking at how this stacks on up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can see how we saved 1 node. Oh, no. No. We need the strength nodes. God damn it, Leroy! Ah, I thought I was doing something smart. Yeah, I actually don't think I can optimize that any more than I have. I could sacrifice a life node. I don't really want to. Oops, what's happening here? My armor is 1 under. That's fine. I can find another strength node to put in. Pretty sure I can... Yeah, we go. Let me just do that. Problem solved. So that's easy. I can absolutely sacrifice one of these. I don't actually need that. I don't actually need the resource gens so much, but the max resource is super nice. I'd have preferred to have come in... Oh, do you know what I can do, actually? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can match it. Yeah, here we go. Because I've looped around, we can do a cheeky thing here. Look, we've come up. We go around. We've come up here. And because we want to get this dex node here, that actually does draw us down to this gate, really close to it. So that's the quickest activation. So we come back in here to get this cluster here. So what we can actually do is be really cheeky here. We can get rid of this connector here. We can go 1, 2, 3 here. Why is that still red? What? Oh, no. I was connecting it through there, wasn't I? Oh, that's not going to work. Damn. Although I am going to count those nodes. Let me count the nodes a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's too many notes. Okay, no, that's not going to work. I thought I was going to be clever there, but I wasn't. God damn it. Oh, it's hard work, this. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 2. But we need to connect this as well. It would be 5 still. Yeah, because the connector's from here. If I was connected from this side, it'd work, but... Okay. Need 3 nodes, that's what I need. Just 3. No way that is 17.5%. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely not 17.5% movement speed on those rare nodes. I'm going to assume that they're probably 3.5%, the same as these. That seems crazy OP. Yeah. Right, let me look at the rest of the board here. I mean, how much dex am I running? Quite a lot, actually. There's a world here where... How much armor do I get for that? You get 1 armor for every 5 strength by the looks of it. 107. 108. If I can swap 15 nodes into strength, I can get rid of one of these. So that's definitely one thing I could try and do, but I won't be able to do that for the whole lot. But there is a world where I can do it here. Although, actually, I need that. I'm not even at 70%. I've moved to an intelligence node. Oh, no. Do that there. There we go. That solves that. I mean, maybe I can get rid of that. That's one. Attack speed's pretty low here. But to be honest, what I can do, go GA attack speed, and masterwork and attack speed here. That's 27. That gets me 42. Crit damage is still pretty damn high. Resource generation is at 57. I get 35 from the board. So that takes me to 92. I'm slightly under. That's actually solvable, though. I'll just turn it back to what I had before. Where if I put that other point? One there. Where did I put the other point? Oh, yeah. We don't actually need this. It's fine. There you go. 15%, 45%, 92. Fine. So we're good for that. Resource gen. And that means that we can do this. That's more attack speed, so that's nice. Which we may or may not need. Ten stacks of ferocity would get you to 92% attack speed, so I'll be very close. If it turns out the Craze of the Dead God is actually meh, the Pain Gorges will go here, and Pain Gorges has attack speed on it, so that solves attack speed anyway. And then I could just take that off and go into crit damage down here or something. There's a very high likelihood that the Pain Gorges may be better than this, to be honest. Hey, Eichenberg, how's it going, dude? How's it going, man? I hope you're well, I hope you're well. Yeah, happy weekend, dude, and happy run up to VOH. Are you looking forward to playing it? I hope you're having a blinder weekend. Please pass on my best to little Nance as well. Hey, Adam Martin over on YouTube. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Happy Saturday to you, man. Yeah, there's a lot of maybes here because I have to make assumptions about where attack speed caps go, and I kind of sit here feeling like I want to try the Crazed God's gloves, and the triple dipping on the touch of death sounds good, but because it's a basic skill, I actually get more skill ranks from. I get more skill ranks from the Pain Gorges. Honestly. And that gives me cooldown reduction, which is really nice. And it gives me attack speed, which is just ridiculous for this build. And it's quite possible the aspects on that will be better. Because even though this allows me a potential third touch of death on... Yeah. Yeah, although it allows me a third touch of death, it's only a 25% chance based on how much of your life is poisoned. So you need to have your whole life poisoned 100% for that to be 25%. And that's only when you lucky hit. And actually, my lucky hit on touch of death is 20% plus my lucky hit chance, which is... Where are we? So, not that high. Where's lucky hit chance on here? Lucky hit chance bonus, so it's not even working. Or maybe I don't even have any. So yeah, 20%. I suppose the swarms could lucky hit. Actually, with 3 swarms going on, hitting repeatedly, there's a very good chance that you would lucky hit quite quickly here, actually. Because they count as hit damage. So actually, this is any direct damage, not you just physically attacking. So your swarms hitting could actually activate this quite heavily. Any direct damage here. Ravagers as well. Ravagers got 30% chance, and that's another hit every time you attack. Every time you direct hit. Scourge has got a 10%, and that's going to constantly hit them with the continuously affected enemies. So there's a lot of different things constantly hitting. The chances are something is going to lucky hit here. And every time one of them activates this, it's another touch of death. So it might be very good. I don't really know. And yes, Heichenberg, I was lucky enough to be gifted over a Ultimate Edition of the game, which I've already got the game, so an Ultimate version, so I'm gifting it to the community. So anyone that's interested who hasn't already entered, make sure you click that link to my Discord that's just gone in my chat. Come and join. Click that you're interested in Diablo 4. Go to the giveaways channel. There is a box with an emote underneath it. Click the emote and you're entered, and it will be drawn tomorrow. I will be giving that out before the game is released, one way or another. I will figure out how to get it to you. So, yeah, come and join the fun, guys. Yeah, man. Well, you know what? I've already got the game, so may as well give it to someone. Maybe, hopefully it goes to someone. If you've already got the game, you can enter. If you win, you can then gift it to someone that genuinely needs the game, or tell me who it needs to go to. Maybe someone can't afford it right now. Maybe there's someone that you want to gift it to. I don't know. But that's the hope, right? It goes towards helping someone that maybe can't get it right now, or you still don't have it, Heichenberg. Well, you haven't got long, dude. Enter then. Enter it, dude. If you win, lucky you. All right, you're more than welcome to, my dude. Yeah, it's very hard to decide whether this is better than the Pain Gorges. I originally went with Pain Gorges. Cooldown, attack speed, 10 ranks in basic skills with a GA. It's got a lucky hit stun, so I mean, that's okay. And then it's got the ability to... What? I need to hit with a non-basic skill to mark them. Ravager. So every time I hit them a core skill, it hit them a Ravager as well. Oh no, unleash a Savage Roar, causing each of your attacks to trigger an additional... So that's the thing, all of my attacks, even though it's... Yeah, so all of my attacks, even though it's a basic skill, it will trigger Ravager, which then will trigger... That would trigger Pain Gorges. The thing about Pain Gorges is that can give me up to 200x, can't it? That's got to be better than Touch of Death, surely. Crit strike chance, to be honest, I'm not too worried about. I get a bunch from strength. Yeah, I've got 10.7%, plus you got your 5 base, that's 15-ish. Yeah, about that. But then you get from Mirage, which I've got from my ring, you get 25% chance whenever you dodge. And I mean, I've got a reasonable amount of dodge chance, probably 12.5. But I get counter strike, counter attack by default from this ring, which gives me another 10. So I've got about 22% chance to dodge. So the chances are I'll dodge quite a bit. So I'll end up getting that crit chance there. So you'll crit often enough. And to be honest, later on I'll be critting 100% of the time anyway. Once I'm at max resource, I guaranteed crits. I'm not too worried about stacking crit damage. I feel like the Pain Gorges is going to be better than these, and I just want to test these out just in case. I kind of really want to put Pain Gorges in here. I think my original... I just feel like this is going to be better. At 10 basic skills, so it's going to give me... That extra third attack is not guaranteed. But that gives me more attack speed. I mean, this just solves attack speed for me, basically. I can then do this. I can take that out. I can stick that in crit damage. Put those in there because you get way more there. More crit damage. Attack speed's at what, 44? Maybe put a GA in there. It gets me super close. At 10 stacks of ferocity, I'm at 99% attack speed. In there. I don't think there's any other activators for attack speed. I get over caps in it as well, so I'll be over attack speeded caps with the hunter stuff on. So yeah, I probably do want that there, really. Look, they are making you make another choice. I'm liking it. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's all a puzzle, isn't it, at the end of the day? My aim is to build up a Shadow minion build, Shadow Blight, Shade Mist stacking, plus with all the minion buffs damage on Tuesdays. Yeah, man. Minion builds look like for Necros are going to be pretty decent. Yeah. Most people are saying that they're going to be pretty good, and they look like they're going to be pretty good. That sounds awesome, man. If you get a build plan to put together or whatnot, throw it my way, because I'll be interested to see it for sure. What's my cooldown reduction now? Is that actually working in here? 42.1, so that's not awful. That's going to allow me to just smash my skills a lot more often. Yeah, I feel like, because the thing is, because I converted a potency skill to a core skill, and this weapon converts core skills into additionally basic skills. So there'll be basic, core, and potency. So all of it, I'll have another 17 ranks to the skill here with this. So the skill would actually be 22 ranks. And each rank gives another 30% multiplicative. So I'm going to get 300... I'm going to get 510% multiplicative damage, poisoning damage over time. And this gives me almost 100% chance to double hit every time I hit with it. So I'll be doing that times 2. So it's like 1,800-ish % X poisoning damage over 9 seconds every time I hit, which is pretty freaking insane, actually. Well, minus 30% if you're not at max resource, but the aim is to be at max resource. There is a world, and I tried playing around with this earlier, there is a world where playing with... I've got a lot of movement speed. I forgot that comes from movement speed. There's a world where the Harlequin's Crest may end up being better. But I'd have to shift a whole bunch of things around, to be honest. It would mean that Jaguar here wouldn't apply to all my skills, so my Jaguar tree stuff wouldn't work, which gives me a huge amount of damage. This gives me loads of damage. So yeah. Hey, Tegan with the sub. Dude, appreciate the support, man. Give me a number between 1 and 6 for one of these cheeky beans. I've already done a few tonight. Appreciate you, man. You lose 180% poison from Touch of Death. Yeah. Well, the thing about... Yeah, exactly. The thing about those gloves is... It's based on lucky hit chance, and when you lucky hit, you've then got up to 25% chance for it to apply the infection based on how much of your health is currently poisoned. And I don't know. I mean, do you know what? I'm thinking about this. I don't know. I need to try it. I feel like the Pain Gorges is going to be better. Because as long as you're damaging enemies with a non-basic skill, it marks them for 3 seconds. And then when you hit them with a basic skill, which will be Touch of Death, it hits them and all marked enemies. The basic skill damage is echoed to all marked enemies, dealing massive multiplicative damage, right? So whatever damage you do gets echoed. So you're going to end up hitting for like 30 billion on everyone. Or something stupid like this. In a way, and harder. So in a way, that's going to end up overriding the failure from this, which is where you do it, it's only going to do 20% of it to the surrounding enemies. But then it should take that damage, because it's direct damage. And it should just echo it in theory, right? I think. The basic skills damage, yeah. So it'll actually echo it. It'll echo that full damage at 3 times effectiveness at a max roll to everyone. So it just overrides the fact that this 20% here. That'll happen as well. I'm nearly at 1,000% crit damage, current damage bonus here. That's actually insane. Number 5, Tegan. That's another cherry or chili. Lovely. From the gloves, but I can understand the lucky hit nonsense. Yeah. It's difficult. It's difficult to tell if that aspect is worth it. I'd have to get them and try them and see if they actually work better. Right, here we go. Cherry or chili? I think that's a cherry one. Yes. I'm happy about that because I got a couple of chilies a minute ago. Thanks again, Tegan. I appreciate you, man. I'm hearing from a lot of people that Centipede is going to be top tier for still very much in the dark. Adam Martin. I haven't looked at too much because I don't want to ruin the game for myself. I theory crafted this build. I've actually got this build already. But I can't do the Paragon boards in here. It's mostly written up now. I was doing the write-up today. But the Paragon boards haven't been updated here yet. I came up with this build for the most part, minus the changes from the... You know, the changes have just come through the other day. I did that 10 days ago. I saw the interaction. This build is... Yeah, the guy that I'm pretty sure has theory crafted the really stupid build didn't originally have that in his planner, and he has now. But he's had a chance to play around with it, so he's probably figured out that this is actually the best. Like, I could see this interaction the other day. I just saw this interaction, and I was like, that is going to be crazy. You're unlocking a skill that can scale in 3 different tags, plus 3 different skill tags, 3 different spirit tags, making it so dot damage can crit, scale it with an infinite scaler. This is basically what Lightning Spear did last time. You just scaled it with infinite crit damage. So yeah, this is going to be whatever version of this build you use. This basically means, because that's nearly at 10,000, that's nearly at 1,000% current damage bonus. This basically means if I have a boss at full health and I fill up 10% of their health as... If I fill up 9 to 10% of their life as dot damage and then crit them, they should just die. Because it takes that initial poison damage, that when you critical strike them, it takes 100% of that, applies it immediately as direct damage to them, and then it multiplies it by that current damage bonus, and that's 10 times. So you do your original plus another 10 times. You're doing 11 times. So you only need 9.2% of their health filled at dot damage, and that's it, they're dead. And I'm going to crit pretty damn regularly, because this weapon here means that when you're at maximum vigor, you guarantee critical strike. And not only do you guarantee critical strike, you do 3% multiplicative increased critical strike damage for each point of vigor you spend. So the more maximum vigor you've got, the harder you're going to hit. And I reckon on this build, as I've got it right now, is probably sitting at... I mean, there's a world where I might take cooldown reduction and put maximum resource there. But there's a world where at the moment I'm probably at... This doesn't show me, but yeah, 100 and... I'm easily over 150 vigor here. Easily. So that brings me up to 450% multiplicative crit damage. So that's another 5.5 times damage. So I'm taking my 11 times damage, multiplying that by 4.5. So that, plus another 4.5 of those. So that's another 49.5 plus the 11. So I'm basically at 60.5%, 60.5 times damage of what it was originally poisoned there. It's insane if you crit them. And if those all interact together. You are just going to walk in, you only need to poison them for a little bit of their health, and boom, they should just die. Mr. JQ, thank you so much for the follow, man. Welcome in. I hope you're well. Appreciate you. Let us know how you are. I have looked at absolutely nothing VOH yet, so I'm trying to avoid from the gloves, but I can understand the lucky hypnosis. Yeah. I'm trying to avoid looking at spoilers myself too much. Honestly, nice passive. I can see that getting a hit. It's not getting touched in Season 6. They've already said, Adam Martin. They said they know it's overpowered and they're not going to change it for Season 6. So this will be one of the best builds. Especially because this is basically solves resource usage. It solves crit chance. It solves damage. I've now got it to a point where I've got decent armor. My resistances are good. I mean, that aspect there for the fire damage and cooldown is a bit of a bummer. But I do gain quite a lot of physical damage here, so that's real nice for applying poison damage. Yeah. Loads of movement speed. Loads of movement speed up here. So that's already like 51% movement speed. I mean, my movement speed will be pretty good here. Where's movement speed in this place? Yeah, I'm capped on movement speed. That's a shocker. Oh, that's because the Paragon's broken, though. Even if the Paragon gets nerfed, it gets adjusted, that's going to go down to... You know, I'm going to be pretty close to your move speed caps. You're going to run pretty fast. You've also got Soar, which you're going to use to move around pretty quick. With the cooldown will be pretty low on this. Yeah, 50% movement speed with Soar if you don't hit any enemies with it for 3 seconds. So that, again, it just solves movement speed. Yeah, it's pretty... I was like, those crazed God gloves could be better. There are lots of different things hitting. Your Touch of Death swarms, your Ravager every time you hit with Touch of Death. Your Scourge will be hitting constantly, but I don't know how often it hits. Although, actually, Scourge isn't direct. No, Scourge is only poisoning damage. It's not direct damage. Call forth a wave of insects that bite enemies, fearing and slowing them while applying poisoning damage. So actually, Scourge probably won't play into it because that's only doing poisoning damage. That's just going to help poison enemies. So it's mainly Ravager, Hunter, but it hasn't got very high lucky hit chance. Saw, Touch of Death, anything of that could activate the Touch of Death. So maybe it'd be really good. I don't know. So all 100 characters, what do they get retrograded to on Eternal? Level 60, level 50, I think, Adam. They said they're all going to go to level 50 because that's basically what you get up to now. And then you have to work for those other 10 levels, which you would have, which you get in expansion. And no Paragon points, I don't think. You'd probably have to start those again. That's my understanding. Well, actually, no, you'll get your Paragons from your Renown. Maybe you get 200. I mean, we had 201 on the PTR. So maybe that's what you get. Maybe they'll just copy what they did in the PTR. Keridus, that interaction sounds extremely OP. Yeah, I know Keridus, yeah. Pretty much, Keridus. Everyone has basically said, if you're making a barb, don't. Just make a Spiritborn. That's literally what some of the top streamers have been saying. It's really outrageous. Yeah. Spiritborn is going to be very, very powerful. I've got some other non-broken Spiritborn builds I want to play around with at some point. But this is probably the one I'm going to roll into to start with, because it does just look pretty insane, honestly. Yeah, it looks pretty bonkers. I mean, I've optimized it pretty well. I still need to gain 2 points on my Paragon board somehow. I mean, I could just sacrifice some non-physical damage. I suppose that's really probably the easiest way to do it, because I've got no room to wiggle on my resistances here. Got no room to wiggle on the armor. They're literally dead on. And I mean, if I'm too squishy, there is the basic skill gives damage reduction aspect, which I could put on instead of Scourge. Could change Scourge to use Toxic Skin. That is absolutely something I could use, and I could just find a point to make 2 out of 3 here. And then yeah, so we could do that. That would give me more defense there. There's nowhere else I can really put life here. I suppose you could do on the rings. Yeah, it's because you don't get any max life on this weapon, so you do lose quite a lot of life there. But you might just not need it, you know. You might just be that tanky anyway. Got 27% damage reduction on the unique helm here. I've got no like got no uber uniques on here. Obviously, if there was a world where I could use the Harlequins, that would give me armor. That would give me armor. That could be max life. It could be max resource, which are playing the damage here. It could be massive cooldown reduction. So I could start looking at changing some of these things. And then there's a world where you could probably put the Tyrell's Might on here, because you've got the armor here, and you've got the life up here. And then you could swap this aspect back to the boots, put a pair of normal boots on, put the Veracity down there again. So that could work. But then like I say, not all your skills would be Jaguar anymore. So unless you take Jaguar at the start here, then you'd lose your barriers. But if you don't have Jaguar skills hitting all the time, I mean, Ravager's there. So I would get the damage from Ravager. So actually, Ravager would play into it, and counterattack. So I would scale this still. But my main attack wouldn't be Jaguar. And also, we've just had a raid from Laggy Lulu. How's it going, Lulu? Hope you're well. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. I'm imortilize. Just throwing together a fight. Well, I'm using this website to throw together a final version of my build for now, until I get a chance to do it on Mobalytics, because they haven't updated their Paragon boards. What's cooking? Well, funnily enough, all the build that everyone's screaming about, the Touch of Death build, I put a version up of that about 10 days ago. I saw the interaction that I think people have been using, and I was like, this is going to be ridiculous. And lo and behold, it seems it is, and it really makes sense. I mean, in a nutshell, I'm converting a non-core skill to a core skill, then we're converting a core skill to a basic skill. It's now a potency core skill and basic skill, which doesn't have a cooldown, doesn't have any resource consumption. It does 30% less damage unless you're at max resource, but when you're at max resource, it does full damage. It consumes all of your resource, does 3% multiplicative crit damage for every resource you spend, and on top of that, it will take your poison damage, because you guarantee crit. It will take, if you've got 9% of a boss's life as poison, it will hit that, because I've got nearly 1,000% multiplicative damage here. So if they've got 9% poisoning on their health, you hit them, you'll crit them, it'll take that, it'll multiply it by 10, add it on, boom, they're dead. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw this interaction, and it's pretty insane actually, and that's without any of the multipliers I've got going on top of that. So I'm just filling out the Paragon board because all of that stuff's changed. I need to save 2 more points somewhere, but we're pretty much there. They've expanded all of the glyph areas so you can get more like decks and such. But yeah, this build is going to be silly. Whatever version of it you play, it's going to be ridiculous, honestly, because it's just got it's a bit like Lightning Spear was this season. It's got no cap on that key passive. It's got access to multipliers coming out of its eyeballs. So yeah, it's good. How was your stream, Laggy? Lulu, I really appreciate the raid. Thanks, guys. And anyone that's come in, if you're interested, I am giving away an Ultimate Edition of the game. I have been given one but I've already got the game, so I'm going to give it out to the community. If you're interested, I will link right now. Oh, it's just been linked for you by Caradus. If you're interested, come and join the Discord, because there is a channel in there which you have to click an emote on, and that joins you in. And it will pull it tomorrow. In about 25 hours' time, it will pull it automatically, and whoever wins that, I will get the game to them before the game is released. No matter where you are, I'll figure it out. Whatever platform, we'll figure out how to get it to you. And you will get the Ultimate Edition before the game's released from me. So feel free to come join anyone that is interested. That's my little a little bit of a little thank you back to the community, I suppose. But like I said, I've already got the game, so Kitty sneak in. Yep, I've got a cat down here. He's sitting in his bed now. Goblin Inc. has a good build to you. Yeah, Crush. So funnily enough, Ace of Spades Touch of Death build was different until he got to play the game. He wasn't using that interaction. He's changed it, so he is now. I haven't had a chance to play the game, but I saw that interaction. And look, I'm not saying he's copied anyone or anything, because he probably hasn't. He's probably played the game and figured it out, and he's a very good build crafter. But yeah, I don't really want to look at other people's builds too much, because I like making my own ones. Like, I haven't looked at his to copy it or anything, you know. I like making my own ones. But a few people will figure out this interaction, because it's ridiculous. It's so good. I'm going all in on the poison damage, and then you just go to crit and just one hit them. That's basically what I'm focusing on. I've played around. I was going to use the Crazed God's gloves. I don't know if it's going to be better or not. Pain Gorges kind of has better stats on it, but the Crazed Gods is a really interesting item, which they have added Touch of Death ranks on. Not quite as much as basic skills, which will work on Touch of Death because you're converting it to a basic skill. But it depends on how often the aspects would proc, because it gives you the ability to potentially triple hit with Touch of Death in one hit if all the stars align. So then you'd apply like nearly 2,000% poisoning damage all in one go, and then you just need to crit and boom, everything will just die. But the thing about the Pain Gorges is, because you've got Ravager on, and you're going to have your Saw going around you, hitting whatever's around you, and you're going to have your Scourge hitting things and applying poison, damaging enemies. It doesn't say it needs to be hit damage. It just says damaging them with a non-basic skill marks them. So as long as you're constantly damaging them with non-basic skills, of which all of the above I just mentioned are, then they're going to be marked permanently. And then if you hit with Touch of Death on any of them, it's just going to reflect that damage onto all of them. So imagine this world. If I crit for 1 billion damage with all of those ridiculous interactions I just mentioned, and it just reflects at 3 times damage, because you've got 200x here plus your original damage, that's going to do 3 billion damage to all of them, in theory. So it sounds pretty crazy. How are you all contributing? Oh, Laggy, you've worked it out. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I get you. And then a chance of rebalancing too. Yeah, Crush. Yeah. They did say they're not going to nerf this in this season, but I guess we'll see, because it is a bit OP. Hey, Gerklo over on YouTube. How's it going, man? Appreciate you being here. How you doing? Adam, just catching up. 2 seconds. Torment 4 taking 1,000 armor and minus all res is one hell of a penalty. Yep, I just spent a hell of a long time trying to figure out how to get my armor and my res is good. And I've currently landed on the Rakonovs, because that has more useful stats on it, but the aspect isn't so useful. The other one I could have used is Yen's Blessing, but it's not necessarily as useful. It'll be either one of those, I suppose, would be useful. I don't know. But this one has non-physical damage that scales the poison. Cooldown reduction is nice. Movement speed is always good. So we'll play around with these when we get there. You just got the deluxe because I was going to get a battle pass. Anyway, don't really care about the 3k. Yeah, the Ultimate Edition, apart from the couple of extra skins they gave, like the wings and such, it is basically upselling you platinum. But I have an Ultimate Edition available. Like, if anyone's got the game already and wants to enter that giveaway still, you can. And if you win, you can then delegate it or designate it or gift it to someone, or you can tell me who you want it to go to. Maybe you know someone who can't afford the game right now. Maybe you know someone that wasn't planning on getting it because they were going to get it later down the line due to cost. You can gift it to them. Let me know. But feel free to join. So welcome to all of you. Can the Spiritborn equip a Doombringer? Good question. I don't think they can. Let me unequip this a second. Can we equip swords? Is the answer to that. Polearms, glaives, quarterstaffs. No. You can only equip glaives, polearms, and quarterstaffs. So the answer is no. No Doombringer. Good question. Alright, let's stick that back on. I need all the crit damage in the world because it scales that ridiculous node which has no cap on it. That's what they'd do. They'd just cap the node, probably. But they did say they're not going to do it in Season 6, so Spiritborns will be crazy. Good, it's Psycho. Lowered buddy stream up on Twitch, so I thought I'd drop. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. Two-handed weapons only, yeah, Lagger, yeah. So Lulu here, I believe, has had the opportunity to play it. So she would know a bit more in practice than me. I am obviously going entirely on theory right now. And I was just talking through, there is a world where I'd have to shift a load of things around, but there is a world where I could use the Harlequins here, maybe a Tyrell's here, Soul's Resistances, Soul's Armor, could take art, yeah, so that's fine for those, gives you health, loads of cooldowns. I could take cooldown off here, you could take your Rakenov's Wake off and put a Legendary back in, so you can put your Duelists back down there again, and so on. You could shift a bunch of things around for a couple of mythic uniques, potentially. I'd have to play around with it. Is this the methodicalize? I don't even know how I meant to say that word, but yeah, dude, how's it going, man? Appreciate your letters. How you doing? Wiggity, how's it going, man? Sorry, just catching up on chat here. Just chatting away, ignoring everyone, clearly. And Gaming Hellfire, how's it going, dude? It's great to see you. It's great to see you all. Looking forward to Spiritborn, yeah, man. I think we all are, most of us. And Johnny Sweatpants, thanks for the sub, dude. Didn't we just have 4? Maybe, Johnny, maybe. But you need to give me a number between 1 and 6, dude. I'll do one of these jelly beans for you. If you're still here, let me know. Give me a number. I've already done a bunch tonight, so that's interesting. Isn't it going to be easier to craft mythics as well in Season 6? I don't think easier is the right word. You're going to have less resplendent sparks required, but you're going to need... To get the one you actually want to get, you need runes. If you can craft a random one with 2 resplendent sparks, but it won't necessarily get you the one that you want. Does that make sense? Hey, Ramsino, how's it going, dude? 6, always 6. Tutti Frutti or Rotten Fish? Knowing me, this will be Rotten Fish. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm doing good, Ramsino. I hope you're doing well too. 2 sparks, but runes. Yeah, you can also do 2 sparks and random, I think. Right, here we go. Tutti Frutti and Rotten Fish. I'm hoping this is Tutti Frutti because the Rotten Fish really does taste like licking a bumhole. It's not good. Smells fishy. I can't smell the difference. It just smells like a jelly bean. Right, here we go. Oh, that's Rotten Fish. That is not Tutti Frutti. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, it's so bad. That's probably my least favourite one, honestly. It tastes so bad. Oh, I really want to swear right now. You're not sorry. It's alright, all for your entertainment. Oh, man, it's so... Oh. It's like eating a mouldy egg. It's bad. So I'll get it down my throat and I'll drink some liquids. Drink silly streamer. Gaming Hellfire's got me. Watch your cat so it won't attack you. My cat will not attack me. Look at him. Can you not see? He's just completely out of it. For now. Look at him. Oh no, he's looking at me. Hello. There he is. I'll go to big screen so you can see him better. Shadow. Say hello to the camera. No, I'll move the mic there. What's this? What's this? No, I'm not saying come over here. Stay in your bed. What's this? Hey, Frogster, how's it going, dude? I hope you're well. Oh, yeah, Frogster, I'm catching up on the chat. I'm getting to the spin to win. I've been made to spin to win, everyone. We spin to win in this channel. Oh, spin to win. Yes, we do. Although it sounds like a few less people will be spinning to winning in next season than they originally were. But we'll see how many people spin to win next season, eh? Thank you for the spin, Frogstar. Hope you're well, my dude. I hope you're well. The comparisons you keep making is causing me to question the boundaries of your diet. Lord Carnage. I mean, what can I say? I've had a very, very colourful life. Also, I have a way with words. So, I don't know. I like to use strange adjectives. I can't even speak. like really out of context ones, because I find it really funny when I see people look at me and go, "You what? That makes no sense." I'm like, I know, but it's still funny. Hopefully the rogue isn't vandalized that bad and can be my second character. It sounds like it'll be okay. It just won't be Spiritborn, right? So when is the game going to be ready to play? S8, like the time I didn't watch Campfire. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you're saying, game. If you're asking when it starts in 23... it starts in 1 day, 23 hours and 4 minutes, give or take. Depending on time zone, it starts at midnight for me, Monday going to Tuesday. 4 p.m. PST on Monday, 7 p.m. EST, 10 a.m. in Aussie, 12 p.m. over in New Zealand, midnight for me. And then depending on which side of the time zones of you are, you'll be +123 or -123, yeah? Reminds me the Bertie Bott's jelly beans. They had, yeah, it is pretty much those. There are ones you can get for vomit, Adam. It's bad. I haven't got that one, fortunately. Who knows how easy they'll be able to obtain? Absolutely, Adam. I actually want them to be rare, you know. I want the runes to be rare enough so that it actually creates some scarcity and some, like... You know what I mean? Just give us some loot chase. Give us something exciting to look for. 4 p.m. EST on October the 7th. 7 p.m. EST, October the 7th, Adam. It's Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. European time, it will either be 1 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, something like that. Yeah. But anywhere in the United States, Canada, Brazil, it's all on Monday. Anywhere from 4 p.m. up till 7 p.m., I think, depending on, or something like, or 8 p.m., depending where you are in the time zones. Would love to try Thorns Gorilla Crush. I have a build for that as well. I will be putting that one together tomorrow. I'm not doing them all tonight. I've got 4 builds I've put together right now. I've called my Thorns Gorilla Bristle Brush Spiritborn. Yeah. And I've got a Stinger build, and I've got a Jaguar build as well, which uses a similar mechanics to what the Creeping Death one is right now, but it probably won't hit as hard due to not having that crazy key passive node. But it should still do okay. But these all need a write-up, and I'll address... I was hoping the Paragon boards would be updated so I could do these, but I'll have a look at it tomorrow. But I'm using this just because I wanted to gauge numbers. I can't do that on Mobalytics right now. I've requested it from them. Maybe we'll get it one day. Bristle Brush, yeah. Yeah. Bristle... Look, it's here, look, I'll show you. This was the first one I did. I did this like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, 26th of September I put this up. So that literally is... And that's updated. I put it up before then. I updated it since then. But yeah, it's there. And it's full Thorns. This might be what I level up with, honestly. Because this doesn't require... I mean, it'd be nice to get that unique weapon sooner rather than later. I think this build will perform pretty well. It just won't perform as well. Because it doesn't have that key passive, it won't perform as well as Centipede does. I mean, if you want to see it... in its current form, and this needs updating. I haven't done mercenaries or anything yet. Do you know? I can't remember what I put the command as. Oh, there you go. If you click on that link, Crush, that will take you to my builds profile, and you'll see all the ones at the top. They all need updating a little bit, so take them with a little bit of a... They're all there, Crush. Yeah, they're all there. So the Creeping Death one is largely up to date, although I have made some changes. I've made some changes in here, which I'll reflect in here. And the Paragon boards aren't correct here because they haven't updated. Unless they've updated this in the last few hours, I couldn't actually do the Paragon boards here yet. They haven't updated them to reflect the new values and stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to have to wait for this to update before I can do them. They seem to have broken gems as well. My gems have disappeared from here, so they're obviously changing stuff here. But I've started writing up... I'm going to add more written stuff tomorrow. I got a bit distracted today. I can actually do the skills now. I know roughly what they're going to be. There we go. I've got them here. I can update the skills there for you. I use Mobalytics most of the time, but it's a bit difficult to do it properly if they're not... if I don't have the stuff to do it with. What's happening here? So I'm actually one less skill point than what I've got here for some reason. It's only giving me, I don't know. So what we got here? We've got 1 and 3. 1 and 3 there. That seems fine. I didn't actually take these. The problem with reinforced armor hide is it only gives you 5% damage reduction for each nearby enemy. When I build a build, I always consider single target bosses. They're normally the hardest things to kill at the end game. So I always think, like, is this going to work on a single target boss? Like, crowd control damage is only going to work when they're staggered. Are you going to be able to kill it quick enough? You know, that kind of thing. We don't need... I mean, the granting us maximum resolve is kind of nice. But increasing the thorns duration is useless to us. I didn't actually put that in there. These are things I might play around with later, but we'll see. I'm just trying to save nodes, honestly. Yeah, so we did that. We took 3 and 3. So the great thing is, 2 of the nodes they added are really broken for this build. One of them, which is Balanced Exertion, your core skills deal multiplicative damage, same as you've got in other classes. Your core skills do more damage, but they cost more vigor. The thing is, it's a core skill where it doesn't cost any vigor anymore, so you're just getting more damage for free. The other one is your potency skills deal more damage, but have a longer cooldown. The thing is, this is a potency skill that no longer has a cooldown, so you're just getting 30%, you're getting 30x multiplicative damage for free. It's freaking amazing. I've only taken 1 point here, even though I'd like another 8x multiply damage, because you get the crowd control durations only go up with 1 point. So we put 1 in there. I've taken, because I'm using that helmet gives me Jaguar as my primary skill, means all my skills are Jaguar, which means every time I hit with any skill, it's going to start stacking damage on them up to, and because I've got, in this build, I've got 6 ranks, that can get me up to 100 stacks, and that gives me 60x damage on them. And then 10 ranks in Furnace means when I critical strike with any Jaguar skill, which I will with Touch of Death, once it's at full resource, that will then go up by 5x multiplicative crit damage per stack of ferocity, and I can get 10 stacks of ferocity on this build. So that's 50x multiplicative crit damage there as well on any of my skills, but it'll be on that one. So that's another 50x multiplier there. So that's huge. That's why I've put that on my amulet and maxed that out, because that's crazy. I actually took Centipede off. I was originally using this thinking this is going to stack loads of dot damage up, but it doesn't, I don't think. Because it's only this node here where it lobs 10 toxic globes, and that applies 210% poison damage over 6 seconds. That's only going to be good on a single target boss if all 10 can hit. And I don't think it's going to. My guess is it's going to randomly lob them around it. So I've actually taken Hunter. And for some reason, they've made it so you can only put 1 point in your ultimate here. They've broken that as well. They've changed this so it's gone backwards, so you can only put 1 point in your ultimate, which is a bit annoying. So I'm going to have to wait for them to fix that as well. I only had it so I could get 2 points in there for now. And then, yeah, we've got this crazy node down here, which is completely and utterly broken, frankly. We need 3 points in there. So yeah, once they fix this, I'll put the 4 points back in there. And this is basically where the build should be. I've got 3 in there, 3 in there, 3 in there. Yeah, that seems right. And because it's a basic skill, follow through works as well. So that's more multiplicative damage, and your third cast is going to hit even harder. It's kind of mental. You just got so many multipliers in this build. It's absolutely cracked. All classes are being overshadowed significantly by this class. Pretty much. Yeah, I don't think it matters what class you're playing. Druids and Barbs are basically bottom of the pack currently. There will be builds that work for them, but they're just not going to compare. I think anything that uses this poison node is going to be insane. It's just that strong. Nifty giveaway letters, yeah, man. Absolutely letters, no worries, dude. It is frustrating, but they were going to make it powerful, right? They want to sell their game, don't they? Yeah, exactly, DevKez, I agree. This is equivalent, yeah, if it's not the best, people wouldn't buy it pretty much. The WoW Death Knight release, Lich King XP was the best expansion ever. Yeah. Oh, Lich King expansion. That's how they sell the expansion. Exactly. So it will get nerfed, just hopefully not into the ground, and it'll be brought in line at some point, but it's pretty OP at the moment. Right, so that's right. I have 3 points in there as well. I mean, there's a world where I might take Toxic Skin over Scourge or some. I don't know. Where the hell have I spent points then that I don't need to have spent? I didn't even take Apex, because even though that's multiplicative vulnerable damage and doubled versus elites, I just don't have the points. The other multipliers are stronger, frankly. I've spent some points somewhere, and I don't know where. Oh, it might just be this website hasn't given them to me. Yeah, at this point, I think this website's currently missing skill points. I'm missing 4 skill points. I think this hasn't taken into account the new renown and stuff. I think. So I don't think I've not got as many skill points as I've got in this planner here. Although this is giving me 71. I was under the impression you only get yeah, we got 69 in the PTR and you get 2 from your renown, 71. That does make sense, yeah. Yeah, 12 from your world. Yeah, 2 from each area. So yeah, this is fine. 59. Yeah, you get 59. Yeah, so this is correct. We are actually missing the points. They've not added the renown points here. So I think I'm missing some points here. And this may adjust accordingly when I play around with it a bit. But this will be... I mean, any changes I make here won't be like so significant that it will actually fundamentally change the build. It will just be optimizations here and there sort of thing. Depending on how it plays, I suppose. But, yeah, I'll just have to save that as it is for now. Paladin, I am waiting. Yeah, I mean, that is what I would expect the next build to be. Next class to be. The Paladin, for sure. Crazy Caffeine, how's it going? Welcome in. Yes, we've got the giveaway going on. Just join the Discord. Click that you're interested in Diablo 4. Go to the giveaways channel, and you'll see an emote you can click under the box, and that should enter you in, and that will be pulled in just under 25 hours time. That will be automatically drawn, and I will link up with the person who wins to get it to them before the game releases. That's the aim anyway. What do you think about all animals with Spiritborn, like Jaguar, Eagle, Gorilla, Centipede? Centipede is going to be the strongest, I think, because this is just so wildly strong for anything with poison that strikes on poison. That anything that can apply any amount of decent poisoning damage and can stack lots of crit damage will just wreck. Eagle's going to be pretty good. I think all of them will work quite well. I think Gorilla and Jaguar will be very good still. I think it's just overshadowed by this node here. It's just they've actually nerfed this. It does 20% to surrounding enemies rather than 100% now. But it's still just too good. They should have probably put a cap on how much current damage bonus you can get. Or made it less of a percent of your crit damage bonus. But yeah, it's pretty nutty, to be honest. All of the various different interactions you can get. I've got this helm on that makes my primary and my secondary spirits apply to all my skills. So all of my skills are going to be... All my centipede skills are centipede, gorilla, and jaguar skills. So this is the thing, actually. When I use a skill, I'm going to get 15% more max life here. So that's going to make me a bit tankier as well by default. So that's really nice. That's multiplicative as well. So that is going to give me another 600, 700 life. So that gives me a bit of life. That's why I wanted gorilla here. That gives me a barrier as well, which is quite nice. That's more tankiness. For casting a gorilla skill, which is any of them, because they're all gorilla skills, so anything I cast is going to give me this. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, all these different interactions. Well, I need to save 2 points here, and then this Paragon board's done. It's done enough anyway. Where can I save 2 points? I want to keep all the max life. I have to keep the armor and resistances. I want all the nodes in here. 110. That's got 59. 110. They've made it so these dex clusters are really high now. 74 in strength. So that gives me Jaguar damage. That gives me poison damage. 16.7. 16.7. I mean, Jaguar applies to all my poison skills anyway. So I'm wondering if that actually makes a difference. Increase poison damage. That will increase... Yeah, I mean, this should, in theory, increase all of the damage on my skill for Touch of Death. So it should just increase the poisoning damage anyway. So I don't think it really makes a difference which one's in which, really. That gives me a bit of base crit damage. There is a world where I could take an int node here instead. And get the non-physical damage. But it wouldn't scale my crit damage, which means I'd lose some on that key passive. So I've taken this purely because it gives you that multiplier to crit damage. You could take it out. But you look at that. I lose 500%, 400% crit damage for taking that out. That's crazy. That's actually mental. When the only thing that's multiplying it is it's 10x or whatever it is. Where is it? That's what I mean. It's that strong. Which one was it again? Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's like 450% maximum. That's 450x crit damage. It's nuts. My armor is dead on, so I can't take that out. I mean, I can take the life out, I suppose, if it comes to it. Don't really want to. I have actually got these here. I can just take these out, non-physical, if it comes to it. It's marginal, but you could take it out. Yeah. I mean, I obviously could masterwork into resistances here as well. In fact, I haven't actually put anything into masterworks here. So I could just masterwork into those, or... I mean, you can masterwork in there, and then you're just sorted for these. That's certainly one way to do it. But I feel like I've sold it anyway. If you've got perfect gear... So you'd probably have to masterwork in there normally, but if you've got perfect gear, you could just go in there, and that solves your non-physical anyway. Or you could go. Well, you could go in cooldown. It's probably not worth it, honestly. Movement speeds. You could do movement speed. So if I did resistances, how much Paragon could I save with that? Probably quite a bit, honestly. In fact, I could take the diamond out of there, probably. I could put an armor in there. And that's what, 240? So that's pretty huge. But it means I could take out loads of these nodes that I wouldn't necessarily need anymore. There's a few of them. More max life here as well. That would be really nice. How many would I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I would gain 8% max life, which is pretty nice. Wow, that requires a phenomenal amount of dexterity, but I don't really need the damage reduction while moving, to be honest, in this build. It'd be a little bit wasteful, I think. What the hell's happened here? There we go. Whoa, what's happened? Why can't I move the board? There we go. Save another node there. Save another node there. Could probably make up most of those nodes, honestly. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I could get all of it except these over here. I'll get a 6% max life. Oh well, food for thought. I'm going to put it in there for now. But that's the points made up there. Yeah. Well, I'm going to save that because I spent a lot of time on that. Hey, Ninja Freak, but Rob was playing it this morning. Ninja Freak, do you know anything about the PTR server? Oh wait, one sec. I'll catch up on chat here. There's been more than I've realised. Oh my goodness! Right, 2 secs. Are the 300 Paragon points of the new rep or all rep? What? Crush. Sorry, what do you mean? The 300 Paragon points is the cap of what you can get, and you have to earn them as you play the game, right? So I think 300 Paragon points is what you get once. I think you get to 304 or something once you've got the new rep done, the new renown, if that's what you mean. Dust Ruthless. Oh yeah, I've already answered that question. Just used AI to build me a best Season 6 Spiritborn build. Looks exactly like yours. You used an AI to do it? Wow. That's crazy. Do I know anything about the PTR server, Ninja Freak? I mean, I used a bit of... I did the PTR server. I haven't been able to play the game yet. I haven't got an early access game version. Says to level with Thorns. Yeah, I probably will level with Thorns because it's going to be super easy. That Gorilla build is probably going to be super easy to level with, honestly. I think you're 100% right. Poison will be the strongest, but man, the Eagle Jaguar with movement speed in your face kind of playstyle looks so engaging. Yeah, I think all of them will be decent. I just think the Poison's got the highest damage potential because of that node, right? Can't you get a percent dex roll to a ridiculous amount? That is true. Actually, you are correct. Could well do that, right? I didn't actually think about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, 22%. It still doesn't solve it. Even with the free... If I get a GA with triple in, then yeah, you get to 2,400. Gives you quite a lot of skill damage increase. So yeah, I mean, but you want it in the furnace here. So yeah, I mean, there is a dex one here, for sure. And maybe that's better than cooldown reduction, actually, to be honest, for damage. There is a world where that would be better. But the cooldown reduction is kind of nice. I suppose that stacks, right? 33.6. Yeah. 2,100. That's 536. Let's take that off and put cooldown in there again. So yeah, you lose about 100% skill damage. That's quite a significant damage buff, even with the changes they've made. If you do go for Dex there. So it may be better than cooldown reduction, honestly. But a cooldown reduction does make it easier to keep Ravager and Armand Hide up permanently and stuff like this. So I think I prefer putting cooldown there until I can try playing the build. Yeah. But yeah, obviously Rob's had a chance. Rob's got a version of the game, Ninja Freak, which allows him to play beforehand. So he's had a chance to play it. Like a few of the other content creators, they got given early access. But yeah, Spiritborn is probably the best crafted class in terms of availability for build styles and stuff, honestly. Over on YouTube, you're in New York, Adam. I really hope the Mercs really shine. I'm a solo player, no co-op, just my playstyle. The Whalehead builders are kind of nice too. Whalehead's not too bad. I just get a bit frustrated with the website sometimes, but yeah, the build planners there is not too bad. That's the partner server. Yeah, so the PTR server has finished, gone and done. There was another separate server that the partners were playing on. And then when we all start, when the game releases, they're all going to have to start like we are. But they obviously just know what they're doing a bit better. Rob thinks that Poison is the lowest and Lightning is the highest. Really? Okay, fair enough. Yeah. We shall see. We shall see. That's not what he was saying in one of his videos earlier. I saw it come up. I haven't watched it, but the title of it certainly suggests that he thinks the highest build is different. But there we go. Maybe I read it wrong. Totally digging the new logo, Spike. Yeah, man. I am so happy with how those come out. And the emotes. And you'll notice the new sub badges, although they're extremely... So I'll actually show you the new sub badges are really detailed. They're just tiny, right? I said I wanted it like D4 Angels, right? But obviously different enough that I can't be done for copyright. Look how good these came out. These look freaking awesome. I was so happy with these. They come out so much better than I ever thought they could do. Look at those. They look amazing. The guy that made them for me is a really good artist. I'm really happy with them. The emotes have come out really good as well. I just need to get him to resize them a bit because I got him to make them bigger and it actually seems they're too big now. You can see they're overlapping a little bit. So I'll ask him if he can change those. Maybe he will. Highest DPS build in every title. Yeah, exactly, Nintendo. How's it going, dude? It's good to see you, man. Touch of Death is expected to be contender for top 1 to 2 builds. Yeah, Nintan, I saw this about 2 weeks back, 10 days back, whenever I saw it. I saw the interaction and the key passive, and I was like, that's going to be ridiculous. So I made a build for it, but obviously I've not been able to play and test it. These look so cool. I know, right? How good do they look? And then the new logo is that. That's the new logo, which came out really good. I actually asked the artist to make a change because I didn't like the original wings. See, I'm not an artist. I can't draw for crap, but I can vision stuff pretty well. Same as I did for my tattoo. And I asked him to change the wings, and it looks really good now. The double cast for Touch of Death is bugged, and even despite that, it's slapping. Yeah. So is the double cast not working, Nintan? I mean, you don't really need it to double cast, honestly. I haven't played it yet, obviously. Annie658, how's it going? Welcome in. First time chatter. Good to see you, man. Welcome in, dude. Hope you're well. Cool. Will you go poison green? Crush. When you say poison green, what do you mean, sorry? In context of what? The second cast doesn't spawn a new swarm. Ah, Nintan. I'm not focusing on the swarms myself, personally. But yeah, fair enough. Also, the second... Well... It kind of makes sense, actually. I don't think that's bugged, Nintan. Yeah, but I'm not using the Touch of Death's aspect. I've seen the build that they've done with that. But the build I'm going for is different to it. It explodes it, I know that. But I don't think you need it to be able to one-shot bosses, honestly. Let me explain. So look, you're talking... There is an aspect for Touch of... I need oh, sorry. I need to click on aspect, don't I? Here we go. So, Touch of Death. It extends, every kill extends the duration of your swarms, and when the swarm is replaced early, it bursts for 150 to 450% of damage it would have done. That's on the amulet, right? So it's 50% stronger rather than 100, 300. So that's fine. Your swarms explode. Your swarm does not do poison damage over time. It just does direct damage, and it does a significantly larger amount, and such and such and such, right? So that's great. And that build probably does slap. I've seen it. I've seen the way they're scaling in damage, and I'm like, yeah, that probably does work very well. My build is focusing on a different element of Touch of Death, right? And I just can't see how this isn't going to be ridiculous, because look, Touch of Death, the best part about Touch of Death in terms of raw damage is the amount of poisoning damage it can apply. I would expect the double hit here to double apply that poisoning damage. And because it's a basic skill now, I've actually got 17 ranks here that's not showing in max roll because that doesn't work properly. So that's going to give me another 300, 510% poisoning per hit. So that's going to be up at 930% poisoning damage times 2. So that's 1,860 X poisoning damage every hit. Well, near enough every hit because I'm nearly 100%. I'm contemplating changing Pain Gorges for the other gloves. There's a pair of gloves that means you could potentially get a triple infect if all of the stars align, but it's lucky hit based. But you could end up applying crap loads of poison. But the thing is, with this build, I only need to apply, even without the multiplier crit damage on this. So I'm just going to assume that the multiplicative effects of Rod of Kepaleki does not work with the key passive. Let's just assume that, because then if it doesn't, then it's not going to break the build. All I need to do is hit with one poison. I need to get their health. If a boss is at max health, I need to get them to 9 or 10% health filled with poison damage. And once that's happened, all I need to do is go and crit them once. And when I crit them, it's going to explode all of that dot damage for 100% of what it is, so 9 or 10%, and do 100% of that to that enemy. And then it's going to multiply it by, I mean, I've got it at 994x multiplicative right now, but I reckon I could probably eke another 6% out to get it to 1,000. That means it will do 11 times damage. If you're at 10% life or 9% life, if you're at 10% life fielded dot, it will just die. It'll be one shot. You know, I don't think you actually need the swarms for this build to do stupid damage. That's my take on this build. I'm going all in on the poisoning. So I've gone for Scourge because that's going to constantly hit applying more poisoning. You just want to stack loads of poisoning as fast as you can. And then the way I've geared it up, I will have, as long as Ravager is up, I will have 100% resource generation. So every time with this weapon means that when you're at 100% vigor, you consume all of that vigor to do 3% multiplicative crit damage for every vigor you spent. Now, if that actually works, I've got at least 150 resource. That's another 450x damage, which will apply. If that applies to that, that's going to scale that even further, which means you're only going to need to have 2 or 3 or 4% live field of poison damage for that crit damage to then scale that and blow it up and do all that stupid amounts of damage. So that's potentially, yeah, I mean, if that counts as a crit strike when it explodes, then it should scale by that, which means you'll need 4.5 times less damage for it to kill it. So there's that as well. But even, like I say, even if it doesn't, you only need 9 or 10%. But if it does work with that, it's even less HP to kill them. And then, what was I going to say? So there's that as well. Oh, yeah. And the other key component here, and they do this on the other build, I think, because I think a lot of them will. There's a ring here where when you critically strike, you regain 50% of the, if you get a perfect roll, of the vigor you spent in the last 2 seconds, right? So you either crit twice and get all of your vigor back, or you crit once, and if you've got 100% resource gen, it will give you 100% of your vigor back. So you're just going to go, boom, explode them, and if they're not dead, you just hit them again until you crit, and hopefully you crit fast enough that you end up getting all your vigor back. And even if you don't, I've got so much vigor generation across all my gear and everything. I just run around. You just run around kiting the boss, of which velocity here is going to give you a crazy amount of vigor per second and stuff. You know, you're just going to generate your vigor super fast, and then you just go and hit them again. So, yeah. I don't think you need... the way I'm reading it, I shouldn't need the swarms to do all the damage. The swarms do not do poison dot damage unless you take invasive touch of death here. My version's using poise touch of death, which converts it to a core skill, which means I can then convert a core skill to a basic skill as well. So it's all 3 of them. And with these new nodes they've added, I can do stupid... It's just a stupid damage, honestly. So I hope that makes sense to anyone that was interested. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't had a chance to play it. I'm not one of those lucky people. But it looks pretty damn good. Oh, would I go poison green on the logo, Crush? Oh, sorry, yeah, on the logo. No, probably not. I chose purple because that's my favourite colour. That's yeah, like dark, rich purple. So that's what the logo is going to be, I think. You actually can't wait until it's released. I'm definitely going to be a Seasonborn. I think a lot of people are going to play Seasonborn, honestly. But yeah, I'm starting on Seasonborn. Sorry, Spiritborn, not Seasonborn. Spiritborn. I've crafted a whole bunch of builds. I'm going to play multiple builds. I don't always play meta builds, but I have actually crafted a build without. I did this before the embargo, so I can hold my head up high. And I've made a build that I haven't looked at anyone else's build. I've heard through the wind, and I've seen a few bits, but I've not used their build in any light. I've made my own version. It's going to work. It's going to work or it doesn't. But that's what I do with my builds. I go in and I say, this is what I want to do. I'm going all in on the poison damage and explode it. I'm not using the swarms, which is why I'm not using that aspect. What I've actually done is, because it's a basic skill, I've put adaptability on here. So when I'm at max resource, it's another 150x basic skill damage for free. And that 150x basic skill damage should, as long as it's not bugs, scale the poisoning damage, because it's part of the skill. The basic skill damage should apply to every component of damage on here, I think. I guess we'll find out. If it doesn't, I'll find another one to put on. There's other ones I can use that will scale it, but either way, if it does, that's ridiculous. I've got Moonrise on, so that's 20% attack speed. So yeah, I have got another form of attack speed here. So I may not need the attack speed. May not need the attack speed of Pain Gorges. That's why I put the Graves on. Because I've got 20, you get 20% attack speed here. That gives me another 100x basic skill damage here as well. And if that works and scales the poison part of it, that's another multiplier. So that doubles this. So I was already up at double. If you double hit and you're doing 1,800x poisoning damage, that's going to do it to 3,600. That's then going to put it up to 7,200. 3,600, 2,700. It's going to be like 9,000% poisoning damage. So you hit once, you double hit, you're going to do 9,000% poisoning damage over 9 seconds. That's going to fill a whole bunch of their HP with poison, and then you just hit them with a crit and blow them up. If you don't one-hit them, you're going to two-tap them. Pretty much everything in the game. Honestly. You already have the expansion. Ninja Freak. Yeah, dude. If you've already got the expansion, you can enter the giveaway, by the way. I'm giving away an Ultimate Edition. Everyone's welcome to enter, even if you already own it. You can then just gift it to someone, if you know someone who can't afford it, someone who can't, and so on and so on. If you've got someone you just want to gift it to, if you're feeling nice, feel free to, of course. Also, first-time chatter, Annie658. Sorry I'm a bit late to reply here. I hope you're well. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here, dude. How are you? Are you enjoying the game? You looking forward to expansion? Sorry I'm a little bit late to messaging there. Trying to answer the questions as detailed as I can from my point. If anyone's got any questions about the build, or if you think I can do something better, or if you think something just won't work, let me know. Like I'm down for it. I'm always up to hearing other people's ideas and suggestions and questions and stuff. Yeah, a lot of people put X back, but there we go. Hey, Imsri, how's it going, man? The releases are, depending on which time zone you're in, it's 4 p.m. on Monday for Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, midnight for British time for me, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., so on and so on for Europe, 10 a.m. Tuesday for the Aussies, 12 p.m. Tuesday for New Zealand. Hope that helps. Obviously, anywhere in between, depending on your time zone. You only know the generic build, Ninja Freak. These shorthand stuff, yeah, fair enough, Ninja Freak, yeah. We're all getting old. We're not with the lingo, eh? Mopar Guy, 84. Welcome in, dude. Thank you so much for follow. Appreciate you being here. How are you? Welcome to the community, my dude. Did I design that, Dust Rufus? No, but I did send him over a lot of artwork as to what I wanted. So I had the vision. I can't draw it. I have a friend. I found an artist who's very good. And I would recommend him to anyone. He wasn't cheap. I did pay pretty good money for that. But it was worth it. He did a lot of things for me, not just the logo. I asked him to do a bunch of things for me. So he also gave me, I sent him over, can you make me these emotes? Like, pretty difficult ones to do. So I gave him cheeky. Can you make me a cheeky emote? Because that's a very British word. And he came back with this, and it's like, that nails it. And then hype's easy, raid's easy. But I also asked him to make a slap and spank one, because I always use those words. I wanted to see how he would do. And I got this one. I think it's a second cheeky one. I don't think he could quite make it up, so he gave me a free one. But I wanted to see how he would do with like more difficult ones to display, and he's done pretty well with it. So I'm gonna get him to make a whole load more for like standard, happy, unhappy, love, all those. They've come out really well, and they're themed alongside the logo as well. So I'm really happy with them. But yeah, I mean, those sub badges are ridiculous. They're so good. They look amazing. They're so tiny you can't see them much in the chat, but they do look really good. Old school gamer Caridus. When Pong, yeah. I've still got an Atari that plays Pong. This is the second night I crafted it. I think he was talking about the logo, actually, Caridus, but hey. Yeah, the sub badges are insanely detailed for sub badges. I could actually genuinely use these for things other than just sub badges. They're that good. So I will actually maybe utilize these outside of sub badges in certain artwork and stuff. Yeah, they've come out so much better than I ever thought they would. Yeah, exactly. And this is just to cover up to like 1.5 years. That's quite a long way away yet. So once we get close to these two, I'll have to I'll think about getting some more, but for now that'll do. I've wanted to try and upgrade some of the art for a bit, but it was very much I was trying to find a good artist for it. Well, I found one. So there we go. A bit younger than that, Aussie. I can safely say that I spent untold dollars on pinball and head-to-head Pac-Man at Pizza Huts. Doppelbanger, nice. Yeah, I've spent a few over the years. Yeah, this build looks like it's going to be insane. Like I say, if these work, I'm making a lot of assumptions about what will actually scale, and I'm going to have to go to the dummy range when I've got a build that's cracking and test a load of stuff out. So yeah, I get 20% attack speed here. That takes me up to 64 here, and I'm getting 50. Well, I'm going to assume that Veracity is going to go into attack speed cap 1. And if it does, that's going to over-attack speed me here. I don't know if this goes into attack cap 1 or 2. I won't find out till I get there, the Veracity. So I may well end up being able to take attack speed off the ring, because I could straight replace that with something else here, like max life or dot damage. I could just put dot damage in here for more poison damage. You know, there's so many things I could put in here. But the other thing I was considering putting in, which I was showing other people, this Craze of the Dead Gods, they changed it so it's got Touch of Death. So it won't give me as many ranks in Touch of Death. But it will potentially make it so I can apply Touch of Death on any lucky hit with direct damage, depending on how much of my health is filled with poisoning. I don't know how difficult... You would probably need quite a lot of life to sustain this. That's the only thing. I may even have to redo the Paragon boards to have life on... life. You might even need life per second somewhere on your build. Like, I don't even know if you can get it. Let's have a look. How much life per second can you get? So you can. Oh my, it's really low. Look at that. That's crazy low. 24 life per second. You're never going to use that. That's got to be bugged. That can't be high enough, surely. That's the only way you could help counter the poisoning. You get loads of max poison resist anyway with those gloves. You're going to be at max poison resist. That's not an issue. Yeah. That would give you more Touch of Death rank. It won't give you as much as the basic skills. It's all about whether that aspect would actually proc often enough, and until I can test it, because that is any direct damage. So that's any of my Touch of Death hits, because they have a very small amount, but they do touch direct hits. Saw with constant cloud around it, that will do direct hits. Ravager, every time I attack, that does extra direct hits. You've got Hunter, that does direct hits. You've got Scourge, which constantly hits. That doesn't do direct hits, so that one won't work. Which is why I took that as, yeah, so there's a few different mechanisms. The crit strike chance is maybe useful, I don't know. But I'm gonna go in expecting the Pain Gorges to be better, because yeah, you can get more ranks on it, and the cooldown reduction is kind of nice. It's more this aspect here. I think that aspect's just going to work better. With Ravager on, every time I hit, that means I'm going to hit with Ravager, which is a non-basic skill. So that should mean that will just hit things. Same as I've got counter. With this on, I've got counter attacks. Anyone that hits me is going to be countered with a counter attack. That will then apply a mark on them for the Pain Gorges, because it's a non-basic skill. Which means I can then, every time I hit them, if I hit for 1 billion damage, in theory, that should then reflect that onto any marked enemies at 3 times damage if you get a max roll. So do 3 billion damage. It'd just be ridiculous. I just think the Pain Gorges will be stronger. Gives up to 21% per healthy enemy poisons. That is true, Milando. Yes. Yeah. But what you're really looking for is a way to make it so the poison damage doesn't wreck you, but you want your whole health filled with poison damage all the time, so that you get the 25% lucky hit chance on direct damage. 25% chance on direct damage when you lucky hit. That's what you really want. But there may be a world where you just want to stack lucky hit everywhere around that glove, and then you just rely on that glove to proc Touch of Death for you constantly. So you just go all in on lucky hit everywhere. Like, you'd probably take a Starless Skies just so that you can, because it's got the highest amount of lucky hit on a ring, you know? I don't know. There's a world where I could take attack speed off here, actually, and maybe change that for something. Could probably put crit chance here instead of having crit chance there, just to give you a bit more chance to proc it. Or, here you go, look, way more life per second. Here you go. So yeah, you could have the life per second here. 411. Much better. Or you could put a resistance in here, but you don't really need that with those boots on. There's a few different things you could put in here. Yeah, you could put resistance to elements, but yeah, vigor on kill. Or actually, I mean, this wouldn't be a bad shout, actually. Lucky hit, chance to make enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds. That actually wouldn't be a bad shout there. Assuming that velocity goes into attack speed 1, 50%. That takes you up to just under 80. And then you get your 20 from there. So you're just under 100%. Like, literally just. I don't think there's any more I can get in that Paragon board. I think I might have... Did I take one out? Oh, I could get them up here. So there is actually attack speed nodes up here, but I haven't got them right now. But I probably could make it work to get one here if I needed that extra 0.5%. If I really wanted to, I could probably make that work. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that's a phenomenal amount of chance to make enemies vulnerable. I mean, that means you've pretty much got a consistent way of making enemies vulnerable all the time, right? Yeah. So that's probably a better start. Hey, get them stonks. Are you doing pure poison Spiritborn? Pretty well. It's the damage is all poison, sure. I wouldn't say it's pure poison. It's not all poison skills and stuff. I'm utilising a lot of different spirit skills, but all the damage will be based on poison. Yes, dude. Also, good to see you, man. And Burnt as well. How's it going, man? It's been a while. I hope you're both well. Good to see you both. Before you were born, Ozzy. I remember my whole family would play in the shopping mall. Pretty much, Cleese's wife, yeah. You made a levelling build guide for both my basic attack build and your core skill basic attack build. Nice, Melando, nice. We can talk about that tomorrow if you like. Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is in a pretty good spot. I could probably solve that 0.5% attack speed there if it comes to it. Yeah. So that's 5. That's 10. It's 50% attack speed, yeah. That's 79.5. That gets me to 6. I've been 99.5. I'm super close. Super duper close. No, actually, no. To be honest, if you were lucky enough to get a GA here, boom, you're solved. You got your 100%. There you go. That's how you do it. 100% there. So, yeah. That's assuming that all goes into attack speed cap 1, which it probably does. If that goes into attack speed cap 2, then we're talking interesting things. Then I would put attack speed back here again. And then I would start to ramp all of the attack speed up on here. Just because you'd be able to go over 100% attack speed. The quicker you can attack with this build, the better. Because you just want to apply as much poison with it as possible, generate some maximum vigor, go boom and crit, and just explode it. That's all you want to do. You just want to attack as fast as humanly possible. Frankly. Yeah. It's looking pretty solid. Right, so again, let's save that to make sure I'm not losing anything for now. Because I want to wait till Mobilitics is updated and I can move it over. Something to level with since the gear is locked behind bosses. Yeah, Melando. I mean, we might get lucky and get some along the way, right? But I'm actually planning on leveling on my bristle brush, I think. Although this relies on the third hit to do the big thorns damage, you can still attack pretty quickly to get it, probably. And if that one doesn't work so well, I've got a I've got a hack and slash Spiritborn, which is Rake. This is pure Jaguar, pretty much. This uses the Kepaleki as well. That would be nice. It's very similar setup. I've actually got similar aspects here. It's just going in on Rake instead. This one will not hit as hard because it doesn't utilize the poison side of it, but it should be pretty funny. Yeah, it should be pretty good still. So if you wanted a slightly different angle on it, that one's certainly a possibility. The only reason I'm not using a Pain Gorges here is because I need more aspect slots, honestly. You gain resolve for each vigor you gain over 100, so that's going to be all the time. Dealing indirect damage to an enemy progressively slows them. That could potentially change. I haven't looked at this build since I did it the other day. There'll be a reason why I did that. The one thing that's really interesting, and the reason I would want to play my gorilla build, is it scales its damage based on dodge and a loss of it. So yeah, I'm quite keen to play the gorilla one. Just hopefully I can get a Zephyr Zontech early on if I'm lucky. To be honest, I'm just going to play with a load of skills as I go. I know the class pretty well. I know a lot of the interactions, so I'm just going to play the class. And if I get lucky and drop a specific unique as I go, then you can sort of chop and change into the builds, right? This one doesn't particularly need anything. I've got the Andes here, and I've got the razor plate and everything, but other than that, you can get your aspects really early on. You just go farm them. I've also got a poison stinger build, which will probably be freaking crazy to level on. That's probably going to be the easiest one to level on, to be honest. Because the only thing you really need for that, honestly, is the aspects of Pestilence, where it applies a spirit. You do a Pestilence Swarm every time you cast Stinger. So I may well just go grab that at the start super fast. And that's all you actually need for this build to start cracking, really. You'll be able to blast the whole game with that, probably. Just cast Pestilence Stinger and just watch. This is all about Pestilence Swarms, this build. And it uses Touch of Death just to get the 3 Touch of Death swarms as well. So yeah, this build will probably be pretty good as well, because it uses a similar mechanic with the crit damage going into Noxious Resonance, but it's just applying the poison through Pestilent Swarms, which can apply poison. Yeah, Pestilent Swarms now also deal 100% of their base damage as poisoning over 6 seconds. And there's about 4 different mechanisms that spawns Pestilent Swarms. And actually, I changed the runes on this. I could do that now. There's a rune on here I'd probably change. There's a blue one which does Pestilent Swarms. Where is it? At a much higher damage rate. Where is it? Oh, they haven't changed. Have they not changed this? Is it a yellow one? Might be a yellow one. No, it's a blue one. I'm sure it was. It's a really low one. But the thing is, if you're going all in on the Pestilent Swarms, you just want everywhere in the game to be able to do Pestilent Swarms. For some reason, it's not there. Oh, there we go. Evoke the Spiritborn's Pestilent Swarm, dealing damage to enemies. And then if you get more than 100 offering, it increases the swarm spawn. I'd actually probably put that in there. Just make it so you can just spawn them up. You just get even more Pestilent Swarms for free. You're just going to have Pestilence, and it scales your damage based on your Pestilent Swarms. So you're just going to have swarms everywhere going around wrecking everything for you. That could be quite a fun build. That would be super easy to level on. That's going to be a really easy glyph to get early on. You get something to... It's not expensive, so you can get anything to activate it. You get that one there to activate every stinger, gives you Pestilent Swarm. And if you're lucky and get the Riving Moon, you get one there as well. You can probably also go and get the aspects of Infestation quite easily. Yeah. So that looks pretty cracked. It's possible one of the unique weapons will be better here. I don't know. I need to look into it a bit more. And or the mythic staff might work really well on this build, and then you just shift that to... I put that there so that the Pestilent Swarms deal more than 100% of the Stinger's base damage. And they last, yeah. But there's maybe a world where you move that onto... And you use this with Fists of Fate and Andariels for more poison attack speed, so you can attack as fast as humanly possible. Lucky hit coming out your eyeballs, so you're going to proc lucky hit Pestilent Swarms all the time here. On a skill that's got a high lucky hit chance anyway. And then, yeah, maybe the Mythic Staff would work well here. It guarantees crits and overpowers, but actually, I don't know. You're still going in on the poison damage. Maybe the overpowers, maybe it's just overkill. There is a world where the Kepilepsy would work here as well, actually. Where it just means you can cast Poison Stinger for free. And you just keep doing it to get Pestilent Swarms, but I don't know. Pestilent Swarms now always orbit around you and generate 1 Vigor per hit. If you've got 10 Pestilent Swarms going around hitting things, you're going to generate Vigor so fast, you won't even notice the difference. So, yeah, this build should be pretty good, I think. Hey, thanks for the look, Carolus. I appreciate you, man. Big love. Adam Bronx, how's it going, man? Welcome in. First time chatter. And I believe I saw you follow me earlier when I was offline. So thanks, man. Appreciate that. How you doing, dude? Welcome in. Your one has no uniques, no Ubers, just normal gear unless we find stuff along the way. Yeah, Melando, my leveling build would be the same. I always put a leveling variant in. It's a very busy day for me tomorrow with builds. And Monday. I will be updating planners and such where I can. So the only other thing I've got to do here, which is where it gets interesting for me, because I'm not as familiar with mercenaries. This is another big question I've got. So we've got two things with mercenaries, right? You've got the one that's going to go around with you, and you've got the one you've got the one that does on demand. What do they call it? Reinforcements. Now, Variana is going to be very popular. So is Alkin. Variana gives the ability to get quite a lot of attack speed here. 1% additive attack speed for 5 seconds whenever Variana damages an enemy, up to 10%. So when she's in combat constantly hitting, you can get up to 10% additive attack speed. I don't know if that goes to attack speed cap 1 or 2. Again, I need to find out. If it goes to cap 1, this won't be very good for me. If it goes for attack 2, if it goes to cap 2, it's going to be really good for me, because that's going to be extra attack speed I can get, which will apply outside of gear and such. And then you can also stack it again further for another 5% down here. They've actually nerfed that. That was originally 15. Or you can make it so they do reduce damage. She's got some really useful stuff here. You know, she goes crazy, does a whole bunch of attack speed. Yeah, Variana. There we go. So you get natural 10% attack speed here. Just naturally, that's a key passive, doesn't matter on skills. So that's 10. Then you get Variana's Bloodthirst grants 10% additive attack speed to you for the same duration, 7 seconds. So I think with cooldown, that may reduce her cooldown, so you'll be able to get this up most of the time. So that's another 10. And then you get another 5. So it's 25% attack speed there. If that's in attack speed cap 1, it won't be all that useful. But if it goes to attack speed cap 2, that could be very useful. Another means of going vulnerable, but we just kind of solved that with the lucky hit vulnerable there. There's also the pull-in whirlwind, which could be very useful for just crowd controlling. Every second pulls them in for 1.5 pulls in enemies every 1.5 seconds, and it has massive size, so it should be useful for that. And that will do it about 3 times when she uses it, and she can use it pretty often as well. So that seems like it could be very useful. The knockdowns here could be useful as well. Actually, that's a good point. Let me look at my Paragon board. Up to a 30% chance to knock down vulnerable enemies. Yeah, okay. So if they're vulnerable, which they will be a lot, we've got a 30% chance to knock them down. So that's crowd control. And then we do more damage to... They'll do more damage to crowd-controlled enemies / staggered bosses. So that's fine. So that's not too bad. Yeah. So this won't affect single target bosses until they're staggered. That's the thing. Rampage, I don't think. Guaranteed overpower won't help us on this build. So that's not too bad. Alkins are going to be a very popular one, I think, because it's got the ability to give you extra burning damage here. Allies gain extra crit chance against enemies affected by Flame Surge if they're hit by this, and that lasts for 4 seconds. It's just going to make you do more crits against them, so that's going to be really popular. But there's a really good one here where when they use Storm of Fire, if you stand in it, it's going to give you 33% of your primary resource per second if you stand in it. Now, it only lasts for 2.5 seconds. Oh, 1 second. No, it lasts for 10 seconds and can be used every 20. So if you can get 50% cooldown reduction, and that applies to them, that'll be up a lot of the time. That's the one I would probably... I mean, on this build, I won't need the resource gen so much, so I'd prefer to have the damage over time increaser. Yes, you've got this here. Enemies damaged by Alkin's Wave of Flame take 15 extra increased damage over time for 4 seconds, so there's that one. But there's also Subo, who's got it's an even bigger one. Here you go. Subo's initial Molotov explosions caused enemies to take 30% multiplicative increased damage over time from you for 3 seconds. So that could be really nice for applying the poison, I think. He can use these pretty often. And there's two mechanisms of Molotovs. One Molotov here, but there's also this. If Subo's snipe hits the target he originally aimed at, a Molotov explodes on them. So every time he casts snipe here, that can also, the way I'm reading it, do a Molotov. So there's two mechanisms that can apply this. So that could be quite nice. I don't know, there's a few different things here that could work. 100% reinforcement is please gather them for me. Which one's that? Is that the... is that on right here? So I haven't really looked into the reinforcement stuff yet. That's kind of... Didn't have it in the planners. I don't know where that is. Please gather them for me. What's that? Where's that? Don't see it. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one. Let me know. The Mercs have been better talents than the Druids and Barbs. Lol, probably Gorsh, yeah. Very honest Blood Rage gives total 25% attack speed, which would be good for basic attack build. It would, Melando, as long as it goes into attack speed cap 2. I'm already capped at 100% in attack speed cap 1 if all of the things... If everything I've got right now goes to attack speed cap 1, then yes. then no, it won't help because it all depends where you've got two different attack speed caps and each one has 100% cap. If some of it goes to attack speed cap 2, which will be either the Veracity or the Mercenary, then yes, they would be very good for this build. I think it's the Whirlwind pulls them in. Yeah, that's what I thought, Ramzino, yeah. Variana, Whirlwind. No Escape is what it's called here. Yeah, that's very good. It just pulls them all in, right? Which will be crazy for this build. That put you 5% over cap. Yeah, that could be really nice for you then, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, so I kind of feel like it's between Alkin and Subo for this build, but mainly because the crit chance here could be really nice. Just so I'm critting more often when I'm not at maximum, I suppose. But the aim is to be at maximum vigor as soon as humanly possible anyway. And if it takes a couple more hits, that just means you're stacking more poison on every hit, with potentially 2 hits there. And this one gives you 15x damage over time. Not bad. Destroy small missiles could be nice, I suppose. And his Wave of Flame cooldown resets when you cast an ultimate skill. That's not too bad, but that's only really for the damage, right? Most people are going to use this, I think, for the primary resource per second. But I probably won't need that on this build, honestly. The way it's geared up. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's going to be Variana or Subo. I kind of feel like the Molotov one's quite nice. 30x damage over time will just benefit me. Honestly. Direct damage to an elite grants you 20% increase movement speed for 2 seconds. So, I mean, that's quite nice. Cover fire. You deal 25% increased critical strike damage to enemies hit by Subo's cover fire for 4 seconds. I mean, that's pretty insane. Given my whole premise of my build's going to be on crit strikes, I think. That could be very strong. We don't need vulnerable application. We've solved that. We've got loads of crowd control duration. We probably won't need to solve this. So I don't think Trip Mines is going to be the one. I mean, it's good. We've got so many options here. I feel like the Molotov one's what I want to try. Subo would just be really useful for seeing everything around the map as well, I think. We're going to be reasonably tanky on this build anyway, so we kind of want someone who's going to do some damage or help us apply more damage. That's all we want here. You gain 20% multiplicative lucky hit chance against enemies damaged by Subo's salvo within the last 3 seconds. Salvo. What's his salvo? Subo calls out an enemy target, marking them for 10 seconds. Killing a marked enemy restores 50% of your maximum resource and reduces Subo's Seeker cooldown by 10 seconds. Seeker. What's his Seeker cooldown? Which one's that? Oh, basic attack, salvo. Okay, crossbow. Okay, so you get 3 seconds of crazy lucky hit chance, which would work really well with the Crazed God Gloves. What's the Seeker cooldown? That must be this down here, right? The Mercenary Iconic, surely. What do the others do? When you would be damaged for at least 15% of your current life at once, right here comes to your aid to negate the damage, knock down close enemies for 2 seconds, and grant you unstoppable for half a second. Cooldown of 30 seconds. Okay. So it's like a get out of jail free card, almost. That's a cooldown of 20 seconds on the active. Variana. You and Variana stack Mascus together on kills. Certain attack stack thresholds grant movement speed. So this just gets you, the more you kill, the more movement speed you get. Yeah, so that's okay, but I've got enough movement speed on this build anyway. And Allkin occasionally loses control of his curse, transforming into a ferocious demon for 22 seconds. This grants Allkin powerful new abilities, but the unleashed evil curses you for its duration. You and nearby enemies become vulnerable. Curse of Flames. Your direct damage burns enemies with 30x multiplicative damage over 3 seconds, but you lose 10% of your maximum resource per second. Yeah. Curse and demon form. I wouldn't really want the 10% maximum resource. Yeah, so depending on whether you go down right or left, I wouldn't want 10% maximum resource disappearing on this side. Allkin's not the right choice here, I don't think. I feel like Subo's pretty good here. I mean, even if you're not a max resource, you want to be able to get 50% back, right? That's going to be crazy for leveling up on where you're not capped on resource gen and stuff. And on top of that, yeah, I think you just got to do this. 30% damage over time here. And you've got 2 choices. You can either go... We don't need the overpower stuff. So you could either go... Yeah, you go snipe. You could either go for a lucky hit chance. But since we're not relying on that too much other than... vulnerable, and it's 68.5% on lucky hit, so we should be doing that pretty often anyway. I feel like we should go for this so you get another form of Molotov, I think. It doesn't actually have the reinforcement stuff in it, does it? Oh yeah, it does. There you go. It's the reinforcements, is it? And then, yeah, I feel like, to be honest, Allkin is the reinforcement, however this works. How does it work? Oh, I see. No, yeah. No, I think you're right. Variana. And then you'd want to use it on... Yeah, you want them to use Whirlwind. Although that doesn't do the pulling. The Whirlwind. So I don't think that's going to be as useful. It doesn't do the pulling. That's the reason you'd use that, right? So you probably want to... You get the Rahir one. Does that do the pulling? One of these has got a pull in, right? Slowed. Taunting enemies. Taunts and damage reduction. Here we are. Strikes the ground 3 times. Each burst deals physical damage and pulling in enemies. That one could be really useful, just because it'll group them together a bit. Bastion, if you're taking too much damage. Redirecting 90% of damage that would be dealt to surrounding allies to himself. Yeah. I think it's the Whirlwind pulls them in. Yeah, this is the thing. I don't know if it does, because it doesn't say here. It doesn't have the node. You don't have the node. It's an extra passive node that puts the pull in on it. You have Ancient Harpoons. That would pull enemies in and stun them. But Rahir has got a move that does pull in, right? He's got this one here, hasn't he? Crater. So, I mean, that one would work, I suppose. And then you probably just want it on Touch of Death, honestly. Or Saw. It's on a 22-second cooldown. Probably just waiting on touch of death. Every time I attack, it will just do it, I guess. Because if I'm attacking something, that's where you want it to be, I suppose. That's my plan, is use the assassin as a main and the barb as a support. Reinforcement, the signage is surprisingly thought. Yeah, is well thought. Yeah, I agree. It gives you even more customization, which is really cool. Seeker is the map hack, right? It might be, yeah. It must be a different skill. Yeah, Ramsino. To be honest, I'll just stick that for now. Swagster, welcome in, dudes. Yes, the giveaway's there. If you joined us Discord, click Diablo, being interested in Diablo 4. Go to the giveaway channel. There's an emote to click under the box. Enter that, and the prize will be drawn in just under 24 hours' time automatically. And then I will contact the winner and make sure that they get the game. Or if they're looking to delegate it to someone else and they entered on and they win, then I will get it to that person. Yeah, so I think I'll stick with this for now. I mean, this seems reasonable. It may not be the best combination, but until I play it, it's hard for me to tell. But pulling in the enemies, it can't be bad, right? And I think doing it on touch of death's useful. I could do it on Saw, so you teleport into them, and then it does it. But you probably don't want it to do it by accident. So you probably do want to do it. So having Ravager up all the time means that my touch of death is going to make my touch of death dash towards enemies. So while Ravager is active, your core skills instantly dash to your target. So that's going to be real nice for closing gaps. You're going to dash into them and it's going to activate Crater and pull in all the enemies. I think that's going to be real nice. So you could do that, or you could put it on Scourge as well. So you've got a bit more control where you attack into them, and then when you cast Scourge, it's got a chance of doing Crater. Maybe that's better. Because Scourge is an attack that you're going to want to use once you're in the middle of them all. So that might be a better idea. Yeah, do that. Screw it. We'll do Scourge. You're not going to use Scourge unless you're actually on them. So yeah, we'll stick with that. That seems reasonable. Yeah, and then glyphs. I did invoke a skill from another class. So actually, this is very interesting. I sat here for ages looking at these earlier. I tried this combination out on the PTR and it worked really well. I quite like the Necromancer one because it reduces the damage of anything it hits. It slows them immensely and it lets you execute them once they're below like 10 or 15% life. So you get to kill stuff super fast. So that works real nice. It helps you CC the bosses and it does reduce their damage. But other than that, it's not that useful on bosses. But we've got loads of boss potential in this build anyway. What it does allow, it only requires 100 offering to activate. So that's 4 attacks with a non-channel core skill. And then it will activate. And then every time that happens, it gives me, invoke a skill from another class, gives me 150. So I only need to do it 4 times to activate Warcry. Which even though Warcry got nerfed, that is still a 15x damage reduction. I mean, it's possible maybe we put defense on there. Maybe we were too squishy in the end game and maybe we want more defense and the damage doesn't matter. If the damage doesn't matter and we need more defense, we'll stick on Earthen Bulwark or Challenging Shout or whichever one we like. But or you know, there's various different defensive mechanics. But that's where I've landed with that. That may well be where I land on this build. But for now, we've gone with this. All right, let's save this. Let's get in some actual gameplay, should we? Get a couple of hours of bosses in or something. Yeah, this will do for now. I'm just going to check to see if they've updated. I really hope they update this before Monday, but I'm not going to hold my breath since it is the weekend. There is something else I could ask if you don't mind. Anyone that's in chat that hasn't done this already, if you have an account on Mobalytics or you're willing to make one, I would highly appreciate if you... Oh, yeah, you've just linked it. I would highly appreciate it if you could go to that link that's just been posted by Aussie. And at the top, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 builds right now, all tagged Season 6. If you could just favourite them, that really helps me out. I'd really appreciate that. No obligations, but that would really help me out. It just helps me out in the algorithm. And I'm hoping that we'll get at least one of these featured this season. That would be super nice. So that's my hope. I'm gonna update all of these by the release. That's the aim anyway. And I've got a Burning Hydra one to update. I'm gonna update my Burning Hydra one as well to season 6. And I did do a non-Burning Hydra using the Winter Glass as well, which I might add in here, depending on time. I might even update my Poison Bolt Sorcerer, but again, it's all time, so that one might get updated a bit later. We'll see. But yeah, that would really appreciate that. So thanks, guys, in advance. Cool. Right, let's boot the game up here. Let's go play the game for a bit. I've had enough theory crafting for today. Can you send me a link in Discord on my account? Yeah, Melando, no worries. Here we go. There you are. I'll check the links you sent me, Melando. I will check those. Yeah, I'll check those probably tomorrow, because I've got in a couple of hours I'm doing a call with other people. That's Ruthless. If you're still here, I've just seen your pictures. Looks pretty intense, dude. Looks pretty cool, actually. Looks great. Hope you're having a good time. Hey, Metal Monarchy's in the house. How's it going? How's it going? Right, let's get the game booted up. Let's actually go and kill some monsters, shall we? Or something. There we go. You fix your Paragon board for the basic attack key passive, now at 999%. Nice. Yeah, I think I was sitting at 994. There's probably some optimization I can make there. I'm good, Metal. I'm good. How's your weekend going? Not long now, Metal. Not long. I'm all still in the theory craft land because I've not been allowed. They've not allowed me out the cage to play the game yet. I've got to wait. So I've got to wait just like everyone else. But not long now until I can degen for a week. All right, is there anything anyone in chat... Is anyone in chat actually still playing the game much? And if so, is there anything anyone's doing or wants help with or just wants to go and blast? Honestly, I've got 2 hours. No, I haven't. I've got 1 hour, 45 minutes before I need to go off today. I am absolutely up for helping in any way anyone might need. Just let me know. And if not, I will swap to my hardcore character and do that, I suppose. You're excited for the new season? Absolutely. So am I, Metal. I've got a few builds cooking. They all look fun. I'm going to play every single one of them. And this is great, guys. This is great. Once we've done our Paragon points on one character, we can just speed level another character, get it 60, and then you can just craft it all the way up to where you've got your other builds. It's going to be so good. I'm super looking forward to that point. So yeah, that's going to be cool. You died again in hardcore, but as you know, I don't need help dying in hardcore. Lord Carnage. You absolute scrub. No, I'm messing. Well, to be fair, at least it's the end of the season, eh, dude? Ramsino, you are a legend. Thank you so much for doing that. Honestly, you don't understand. Like, that really does help me a lot. I say it really does help. It seems so small. Yeah, thanks, Melando. It really does help a lot. I put a lot of time into them, and they all need updating. I will update them with text and stuff. But it does help me a lot, yeah. You just blasted some bosses as I had too much mats. I mean, if you want to go blast some more bosses, Ramsino, I'm down. If anyone in chat just wants to go blast bosses, or honestly, anything, guys, just let me know in chat. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I've got resources and things, and tomorrow will be my final stream of the season. Because once I won't be coming on Season 5 on Monday, I will be having a sleep after work, because it starts at midnight for me. So I will finish work, I will get everything ready for stream, I will go to sleep, and I'll wake up pretty much just freshen up and roll straight into stream. And we'll be going for at least 24 hours, so yeah. Biggest dubs in Season 6, 1, impairment reduction is gone, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's one less stat to worry about on the gear, right? I'll smash some bosses, nice. Come and join, Ozzy. Then I request marbles. We will do a marbles at the end of stream. I promise. I'll give away a whole load of gold if anyone actually wants it, or we can just do marbles for the sake of it. Why not? You was part of the theory crafting, so I know the work that was put into all the builds are definitely worth a fave, yeah. They're not even finished, any of them, but on Mobilytics, because I can't. The Paragon boards aren't there. But I've made some requests to them to update that site to make it, you know, to improve potentially. But yeah. Now. Back up, back up. Do now. Back up, back up. What's it gonna do now? I had the whole week booked off work and a critical tender landed at 3:30 Friday. Rip my leave. Oh, man. That is big sad. That is very big sad. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that your leave got screwed up, dude. Well, hopefully you can still get some game time in, though. Right, does anyone else want to come and join for some bosses? I think we're just going to go slap them. We don't really need to, but we can. We've got 2 spaces. I can make a queue if needed, but my guess is there's not many people here that are actually, like, bothered. Because with that, everyone's just waiting for the new season, aren't they now? They have been for a while, I think. Yeah, cool. Come join Milando, for sure. We're going to drop a 4GA. That's what we're going to do. Imagine dropping a 4GA Mythic this late in the season. We can pretty much take our pick on the boss. I mean, we can just keep slapping. I've got resources for most of them in some form or the other. So take your pick, really. No, softcore, Milando. I'm just on my softcore character right now. Most people aren't playing hardcore. That's why I'm on this. Yeah, I'll probably have to do 12 hours at work, 12 hours playing. Who wants sleep? You know that, right? I mean, yeah, exactly. Who needs sleep anyway, right, Ramzino? Who even needs sleep? What is this thing? I know, just trolling. Okay, all right. That's ask. Yeah, guys. Okay, wait, there's still space, guys. If anyone wants to come join. Flipping Floppy. How's it going, man? How's it going? I think I might kill off my hardcore characters tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's what... I think Milando is planning on doing a pit push until he dies. I'll come in for a few after the main event of this. All right, DevKiz. Just let me know. I mean, we've still got a space. Spank, indeed. All of the spanks. Merlin the Wiz. Can't even see. Okay, I carried my friend through a bunch of Grigor runs last night. He didn't get a single mythic and I got 3. I felt so bad. Yeah. It happens, though. This is you, is it, Milando? Just, I think... Do you just want to clarify? Just having a look what you're playing. You got all your mythics on. Interesting. How many ancients is it? You playing a Hota build? It looks to me like you're playing a Hota build. Yeah, overpower Hota. Interesting. Yeah, big chungers. Yeah. Big pit push death is better than sitting in a helltide till they die. That is true. That is true. I'll probably just leave mine alive just so I can access hardcore in the Eternal realm, to be honest. What build am I playing? Let's have a look. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, no, that's you. One sec. Oh. Another barb. Look at this. We've got all the barbs going on. Whirlwinds, because you've got whirlwind size on. It's got to be whirlwind, right? Leap. Maybe not, actually. One second. Well, you must be using a basic... no, that's weapon mastery. Sorry, this has got the same icon as a Varathiel. Weapons... Yeah, what are you playing? Well, yeah, what are you playing, Cletus? That isn't Whirlwind Hota, surely. Lunging Strike, Rupture. It just looks... I haven't played Barb this season. Halfing, Rupture. Yeah, I can see the Rupture on there, but I'm sort of trying to figure out... Is it? Oh, he's playing support Barb build. Okay. Yeah, halfing. I was looking at it like, I can see the Rupture, but how are you applying the bleed? You know? Rupture only works if you've applied loads of bleed. Really? Okay, fair enough. Basically, he's coming along for some carries. Welcome in, by the way, Halfing and Flipping Floppy. Welcome. Nice to meet you both. All right, cool. Is there anyone else who wants to come join? I've got another space. Everyone's welcome to come join if you want to. Do we have a preference on boss, by the way, guys? At this point, I don't mind which one we choose. We'll just go until we run out of mats, and then we'll go to another one. It's about making you all do more damage. That's nice. If you make us all do more damage, then that's great. That's good for me. You're installing a vessel right now on PS5. Nice, Cheetahs. Awesome. Good to see you, by the way, dude. Awesome. Yeah, I'll probably do the pre-install tomorrow. Can't wait to play it. I know, right, man? Look at this guy. Take my very small amount of mats. Yeah, Sniper One. Come and join, man. Anyone can join. If there's more people want to join, I can make a queue, but my guess is there's not many people that are that keen right now. We're just doing this for fun. None of us particularly needs. Someone wants to join. Yeah. Oh, is he going to just try? Are you going to trade me in bits? Oh, here we go. I suppose I'll open my bot and track the mythics. Is all yours, boys. Let me get the lube, boys. Cletus is going to do the same. Here we go. He's giving me all the mats. I don't even know if I've got enough space. Might do. Oops. No, I can't. 1 second. Let me empty my inventory. I'm carrying a load of Andariel mats that I probably don't need to carry right now. We should go do a different boss to Andariel because I haven't actually done that many bosses in the last month. I decided to do hardcore and a bunch of other things this season rather than just smash bosses for 2 months. So, which boss do we want to do, guys? I can accept all that stuff off Cletus. No, that's all I had. I'm not playing softcore. No, no, Belando. I'm pulling your leg, mate. We hype for the fresh grind on Tuesday. Absolutely, dude. We're going to be... I think we are. I'm going to discuss this with my team after this. But there is a possibility we will be starting on the campaign because you unlock things like mercenaries and other features through doing the campaign. So although I think we can blast without doing the campaign, that is absolutely viable from what I've heard. You will not get access to all these other features, which means I then need to go and start another character off stream to do it. The problem with that is, and it'll be the same for the others, if we're doing a 24-hour stream, you're going to get to a point where you actually really want those features in that 24 hours because that's going to help. So, and then it means when I go off, I'm going to want to sleep, and then I come back on, and I'm going to want to come back on my main character. So I don't know. It's a kind of, anyway, I need to discuss with him. I'm going to go with a consensus. If they don't want to do that, then we'll not do the story. But my guess is we will consider it. We'll chat it through, and we'll work out what we're going to do as a team. Yeah, I think from what I heard, and I've got a pretty good plan in my head, you can smash the campaign pretty fast, and then you can actually level to basically on 60 on it and get you get everything done. Once you've unlocked your mercenaries once you've done your renown once, it's all done. You don't ever have to do them again. You can skip the campaign and such, but it's the same as the main game. You need to do it at least once. It all moves over to Eternal. Yeah. Trolling me. I love that emote, the cheeky emote. It's great, isn't it? It's fantastic. Clear that stash, bro. Cheetah twos. I will probably just go delete it all once it goes into a... I mean, if they made it so these stacked to 999, half my stash would be empty, right? See? I've still got all these like 2GA Tyrell's mites and 2GA Starless Skies sitting around and all sorts of fancy stuff. Yeah. Right, what boss do we want to go? What boss do we want to do, guys? Let me know. That hype, yeah, all those emotes. I'm really pleased with how those emotes come out. I'm going to get some more made. Try and upgrade the stream a little bit for you guys. Hello. The auto mod tried to mod that for Spick. That's hilarious. Good job, auto mod. I don't get that very often. Spick and span, I says. And just keep the multiple GA gear. That's true. That is pretty much what that is, Cheetah 2s. I don't think I've kept anything but multiple GAs. Really. Yeah, see, look. It probably is, yeah. Let's slam the maggot. Okay, let's go do some durials. I got a whole bunch of them. Screw it. Well, honestly, we can do whatever we like. I'm really easy. Giggity. Just gotta work out. You know, I don't even care how tidy this is now. My OCD is not even bothered anymore. I can't be arsed. Let's just put it all in there. Get it all in there. Pick up all the maggot stuff. Let's go blasting for a bit. Alright, that should keep us going for a little while. Yeah, that's good. Fine. Right. Tutorial! And I will track these. I won't bother getting you guys to enter the queue. It's really pointless. Unless other people are actually, like, interested in joining. I'm just going to do it to track. I'm just going to track the amount of... I'm going to do like a cycle size of, like, 50 or something. Start a new stream. There we go. Just so I can track how many mythics we've had. So actually, I mean, considering I've barely done any bosses in the last month, this is how many boss runs we've done. I've done 1,068 tormented bosses since we started tracking them, and we've got 316 mythic uniques that I know of. Now, some people may not have met me know, and we did do about 200 bosses before we started tracking them, probably. So we've done a fair number this season, even though I've barely done any in the last month. We really hit those bosses hard in the first month. Elsa Doa, thank you so much for follow. Welcome into the channel. Appreciate you being here. How are you? How are you? It's a slang derogatory for a Latin person. Fair enough. Fry that worm, bro. We're going to go fry that worm, cheese twos. We're going to go fry it good. Do you know what you're going to play first on... Do you know what you're going to play first on the expansion Cheetah 2s? I'm assuming maybe a Spiritborn, right? Same as anyone else. Good God. I don't know if you meant good or good God there, Elsido. Either way, welcome in. Good God. I have well over 30 mythics. Yeah, I know, right? I've salvaged... Actually, that's a good point. Tomorrow, I suppose I should do my mythic blast. I've got 81 resplendent sparks. Just a few. With the amount, hopefully people got what they are hunting. Some people did. Good, but take that. Yeah, no worries, Elsato. You're good. You enjoying the game? You looking forward to expansion? As a Sork main, as much as it pains me, I will be Spiritborn, yeah. I mean, Sorks look like they're still going to do pretty well, but the builds are probably still going to be quite similar to what they were before, which is kind of what I was worried about. Yeah, I mean, the fact that Lightning Spear in some variation is still being dubbed as potentially one of the best builds with Frozen Orb tells you how ridiculously overpowered it was this season, really. Oh, yeah. I think we're all good here. Right, so I'm just going to put a potion on and we'll blast. Why not? So I'll just keep doing these until I have to go off. We're doing marbles at the end for the hell of it. That should be fun. By the way, the Rupture is to trigger Fields of Crimson, 30% damage increase puddle. Oh, lovely. Sounds good to me. Any extra damage we can get, good for me. We've got a Blood Surge Necro, we've got some form of Lightning Spear going on, and we got a support barb. I can see the puddle now, yeah. Oh yeah, I can see the damage increase. And then I'm using a Poison Bolts Sork that I crafted, which is pretty fun. I'm going to grind that Paragon level to 200, then swap to Sork, then grind to 300. Oh, all the grinding. All of the grinding. Hey, we got Tyrell's Might on run number 1. Maggot is paying out. Good job, Maggot. Good job, Maggot. I've got to get used to smashing all my buttons again. Right, let's go do some looting here. Is that that might be a mythic on the floor there. I don't know, I can't see. It's hard to tell. No, it's not. It's unique. Yeah, it's unique. Okay, cool. What we got here? Obviously not keeping anything unless it's just stupid good. I am quite looking forward to the fact the bosses don't drop 1 gazillion items. I stocks on food for the grind. Yeah, I'm going to go down to the supermarket tomorrow and get myself a load of energy drink. And or Monday, I'm going to stock up on energy drink, get all the snacks. I'm going to be well stocked myself, yeah. Probably pre-order myself some dinner for like for near the end of the 24-hour grind. What did I do here? I don't need any of these items here. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be a long old stream, but you know, you guys have seen me do a few 24 hours in the past few months. Just be cool. That's a great name. Welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for the follow. How you doing? Red Bull, yeah. Snickers, yeah. Absolutely. And yes, guys, anyone that's in the channel, if you haven't entered the giveaway right now, I am giving away a version of the Ultimate Vessel of Hatred, the Vessel of Hatred Ultimate Edition. I have a copy to give. I've already got the game, so I'm giving it out to the community. So it's just been linked. Join the Discord. Say that you're interested in Diablo 4. Go to the giveaway channel. Click the emote on the box. You'll be entered in. It will be drawn in at the end of my stream tomorrow, which will be just under 24 hours' time. And then I will get it to the winner before the game actually goes live. The best 24-hour stream incoming. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be better than my maid stream. My 24-hour maid stream was pretty good. So I was told. I can't wait for the favourite sound. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Being able to favourite the sound. That is definitely going to be nice. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there is a community challenge to contribute as well. A few of you have been doing it as you go. Look. For another cosplay 24-hour stream. I'm expecting that will fill up pretty quickly on the start of the season when lots of people come back, honestly. I'll start pushing it a bit harder then. It's well on its way. Cosplay, oh my god. I've already done a maid, and I dressed up as a brick wall last time. You guys voted for me to dress as a brick, because everything was getting bricked in-game constantly. So I dressed as a brick wall, cheese twos. I thought it was quite a good costume, actually. I thought that worked. I thought I did quite well. I was like, how do I dress up as a brick? I know. I'll dress up as a brick wall. Oh, actually, I just need to add this Tyrells to the tracker. 1 second. Yeah, I thought that was quite funny. You're crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't know what I dress. I get when it's completed, I'll sit down. You guys can come up with a load of options, and you guys can vote on it. I'll just make sure that they're actually viable. You know, it's no good telling me to do something if it's going to be crazy expensive or crazy hard to do, or just not practical. Like I can't even sit down in a computer chair because it's an inflatable dinosaur, and I can't speak on mic for 24 hours, you know. It's got to be it's got to be somewhat practical. A brick wall playing Diablo. No, legitimately, I was a brick wall playing Diablo. And at the end of that stream, I did the world's hottest chip, which didn't blow my arsehole out. I lined my stomach with yogurt. It made me feel very sick afterwards. But it turns out, if you eat a 2.2 million Scoville chip and you line your stomach with all of the yogurt and then drink loads of milk, it doesn't give you ring sting. It works. I was very pleased about this fact. That chip is horrible. Nintan, it is god-awful. I could smell how bad it was, and that was a mistake smelling it. It was so bad. But I did it. I legitimately lost the feeling in my 4th and 5th fingers on both hands. I was shaking, not that you could see it on camera very much. My whole nose just felt like it had fallen off. My arsehole felt like it had fallen off. I felt like I'd lost my dick. Yeah, I held it pretty well. My eyes were watering, my nose was going. Yeah, I'm just sitting there like going, oh God, it's hot, drinking milk, I was like, I'm just going to dip my lips in milk, you know. So bad. But I held it pretty well. But yes, I didn't get ring stings. That's good. I was very pleased about this fact. I didn't need to revisit the death zone the next day, you know? I'd already done that. Welcome to Jackass, indeed. I didn't have any of those symptoms. Did you not? No. What symptoms did you have, or do you just eat Carolina Reapers for breakfast? Some people just do. I mean, I held it pretty well. Well, people told me I did. I was doing it for charity, actually, and I was really pleased with the amount we raised. So that was really fun. I just didn't have an appetite for like 4 hours. Yeah, so I went to go to the pub afterwards with a friend, and we got there, and then we went to walk to the cash machine, and that little bit of walk, because I had so much milk afterwards, I could feel it curdling in my stomach. It felt like a huge solid block of milk just going from left to right. And I was like, I really don't feel good. I said to my friend, I really need to go home. I feel like I'm going to be sick. And I do not do that very often, right? I have quite a high constitution for that kind of thing. I was like, I really need to go home. I was fine when I was sitting down, but actually standing and moving, it was just... Yeah, and I was tired. I'd done a 24-hour stream. I was amazed I went to go to the pub. But once I slept, woke up the next day, and I felt perfectly fine. I was like, I feel wonderful. I hope my bum doesn't hurt later. That's the first thing that crossed my mind. But it didn't. It's good. YouTube hacks. Win again. They basically said, eat all yogurt, and you'll be fine. And it turns out I was. It was a great stream. I had a good time. Yeah, just be cool. I'm good, dude. I'm good. Really nice to meet you. Make sure you got yourself into the giveaway if you're interested, dude. Hey, Damon, how's it going, man? How's it going? Who in the right mind can stand 1,000,000 Scovilles? It was 2.2, I'll have you know. But yes, I mean, I wouldn't do it again willingly just for the hell of it, to be honest. I would want a much larger amount of money for charity if I was going to do it again, frankly. Yeah, cheats twos. I actually didn't. I got away with that lightly. Yeah. I say YouTube hacks for the win. I didn't need to feel the Vesuvius coming out the back end, really. Oh, if you want to get involved with the boss runs, just be cool. I can open a queue if you want. No worries. I'll just open a queue and then people can join. I've made the cycle 50 bosses. I didn't expect anyone to join. Yeah. Yeah, if anyone wants to join. Oh, the giveaway. Yeah, no worries. If you want to join the giveaway, just be cool. If you click on my Discord link there and go in there, there's a reason why it's in the Discord, because I've got an automated system for it. So if you go in there, click that you're interested in Diablo, there's a giveaway channel. You go in there, and there's a little box saying about the giveaway, and there's an emote underneath it. You click on the emote. That gets you in. It will automatically pull the winner. I think it automatically pulls it. And it will be in about 23.5 hours' time. It will be about a bit earlier than this, but tomorrow, at the end of my stream. Or near the end of the stream. And then I will get it to the winner as soon as I can after that point, before the game comes out. So they've got time to like preload it and everything. I think we're good for now, Milando. Honestly, I don't expect we're going to get a lot of people jumping in saying, I want to do boss runs, let me in. Because everyone's just waiting now, aren't they, for the expansion. I mean, I can almost taste it. It's like licking windows, you know? Tasteless, but we do it anyway, because we're, you know, just love a good old window licking. Just so close, yet so far away with that barrier in between. Good luck, guys. May the odds be on your side. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Imagine if we dropped to 4GA Mythic at this point in the season. That would be a bit solid, wouldn't it? Be a bit great a bit. Oh, luck. Windows 7. Killer Clown. Yeah, I know, right? How's it going, Killer Clown? It's good to see you, man. Yeah, Windows is like licking all the stuff, isn't it? Fucking me. I hadn't had a Windows PC until April this year for quite a long time, and it's reminded me why I didn't have one for a while. Windows can be so overly convoluted sometimes and so clunky, but it's what we've got, hey? I mean, it does do a lot of very clever stuff. We obviously can't deny that, but God, it can be frustrating sometimes when something just suddenly stops working or starts doing something. You're like, why? All I did was turn you off and turn you on again. God damn it, Leroy! It happens to me so much with audio stuff. I get so frustrated with it. I'm like, good lord, what's going on? Oh, yeah. Mac is worse. Yes and no, but Macs don't tend to have the problems much. They lock up a little bit, but I've got a non-M1 laptop and it's pretty good. If I had an M1 laptop, it'd be a lot quicker. I prefer my MacBook to Windows as an operating system for general use. Obviously not for gaming. They do not perform very well for gaming. They don't have an Nvidia card in them, so, you know. AMD have outright said this time, the next generation of cards, they're actually going to stop competing at the high end with Nvidia. They've actually said that because they just can't anymore. I don't think they've got the money to invest in it as much as Nvidia have, because Nvidia are now so wealthy. So they're just going to move. Their next gen of cards is going to move forward even faster than it did this time. Hey, Kalita's got an Andes. Nice. Let's add that to the list. I mean, they're still going to be good cards, don't get me wrong, but they basically said they're not going to compete with them. So yeah, Nvidia's the way forward for gaming, really. From now onwards, probably, if you're investing in a new card. Oh, we got Doomy as well. Woo! We're getting all the mythics. Look at this. We've done, what, 5, 6 runs? Let's say 6. And we've got 3 mythics. Very nice. Big Couch Potato. That is a fantastic Twitch name. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Appreciate you being here. How are you doing? That is a great name. Good old Couch Potatoes. Love a bit of chilling. Love a bit of slogging about. Having a good old jolly time. Oh my god, 300 boards, 2k follows. Cheetah twos. I mean, that is true, very true. I try not to look at numbers too much anymore, to be honest. I just like having a good time, and I'm having a great time when all you guys are having a good time. But I am extremely blessed and humbled by the last few months, that's for sure. Given I was at 70 followers about 4 to 5 months ago, and there's not many people in here now that will remember me at that sort of level. Gorsh will remember. He was one of the first people that found me when I came back. So bothering streaming again. So yeah, it wasn't that long ago, honestly. It's been a very interesting ride the last few months for me. It is Nintan. I actually agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I've been an Nvidia person for a long time, and the main reason I've been an Nvidia person is not because I think like I'm a fanboy. I just prefer how you can compare their stats. Their stats are easier to compare. But I agree. Competition's actually really good for technology because it helps push it forward quicker. It means they're always trying to strive to be better against each other. Maybe someone else will try and compete at some point, but it's going to be pretty hard at the moment. Nvidia's technology is just... It's mainly the fact that their AI technology is coming out looks so stupid good, and their ray tracing tech is so much better than anyone else's right now for the commercial market. Their ray tracing obliterates AMD's. That's the biggest difference they've got, and the next generation of card will just run at ray tracing, I imagine, like it's Candy Walk. We'll start entering the region where fluid sims will become viable in games like this. So when I say fluid sims, I'm talking like when you see smoke, it will use actual physics-based bodies to where the smoke goes. And some games do it now, but the games are designed with that in mind. Games like this with crazy interactions going on. Imagine all these, like blowing and you had like imagine like fog on the floor and all the old lightning spears were moving all the cloud, you know, all the smoke with it and stuff. That's what fluid sims would be. But it would kill this game at the moment. But that's the sort of stuff we're going to start seeing in games more for realism. Going forward, and then loads of AI driven stuff as well. That stuff's just going to get even better. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting next generation of graphics cards, I reckon. Just going to go trash my stuff again, guys. He's baked, I bet. My mythic luck is worse than my Mace GA finding skills. I know, tell me about it, Melando. Same as me. It'll be another milestone for Immortilize as well. Maybe Cheats 2s, yeah. We'll see. That's a long way away yet. Like I say, I try not to look at the numbers too much. I just want to have a good time. If you guys are having a good time, the chances are I'm having a good time. That's my main thing, and I want to make sure, I want to try and improve the stream, both visual. I've just improved some of the art. I've got more coming. I found an artist I like now, so I'm going to be trying to get some more of that as time goes on. I'm just trying to improve stuff, really. Slowly but surely fix the technical issues I've been having. That mostly resolves around actually getting better hardware. So just saving up for stuff, you know. Because nothing's free in this world, unfortunately. Well, not very often, anyway. All NPCs should make story-driven games. Very interesting. That's AI NPC, sorry, not all. That's true, Ramsey, no, yeah. Well, we're not a long way away from that. AI is getting crazy good, right? Guardrails, yeah. Yeah, to keep them within confinements. Otherwise, they'll go wild and take over the world and nuke us like they did in Judgment Day, right? Oh, cheater, thanks, man. I appreciate the good vibes. That's what I like here. We like good vibes in this channel. And to be honest, one thing I have noticed with the D4 community, whether it's my channel, any other people's channel and stuff, is nearly everyone has a great vibe. It's actually a really good community. Very rarely do I see someone that's deliberately going out their way to upset others or, you know, negative vibes. Are very, very rare. And I love to see it. I think that's a purple. Hard to tell. Yeah, it is. We've got a GA Lycander. In primary resource. Woo! Probably going to spark that bad boy. That's number 82. Oh, I suppose I'll link it before we trash it, right? There we go. Let me add that to my list. Yeah, also, if they are smart, they offload the workload to CPUs rather than GPUs. AI pipeline on CPUs is getting very, very efficient. Not as strong as GPUs, but it will... Well, this is the thing, you say that. What I'm hearing through the... So I'm a game dev. I do have access to people who know very high up people in NVIDIA. And what I'm hearing through the wind is the new NVIDIA AI pipeline that's coming, which will be their new cards only. A bit like the NVIDIA series. You know, every time they do a next gen, they've got new technologies in them. What I'm hearing is their new pipeline for AI may well decimate CPU AI, but we'll see. If it does, Intel could be in for a very rocky ride, because NVIDIA has been stealing their business quite a lot in the last few years. Because the NVIDIA cards are doing so much more work than they used to do. They're taking a lot of load off of CPU with parallel programming and, you know, the amount of extra power they've got compared to a CPU. If their AI stuff can start to compete as well, what I'm hearing is it's very good. Now, you can't hold me to that because I don't know for a fact, but I'm hearing it's very good for the people that have actually had a chance to find and see anything about it, yeah. We may well end up with dedicated AI processors at some point in life. I guess we'll see. Maybe. It is quite possible that may well become a thing. 48 gig of RAM, 4080 Super together just means everything runs. So I'm running on a 4080 Super. I actually just upgraded my RAM to 96 gigs, but that's only because I only had 32. And I really wanted to get the exact same chip again for another 32. And it turns out I had to buy a pair. I could not get a single anywhere. It's the Corsair Vengeance DDR5. So I ended up getting 64. So I've got 96 now. 64. 96 now. Yeah. Well, it's totally overkill, but there we go. But a 4080 Super is pretty damn good, yeah. Exceptional card. It's doing me good. Yeah, I mean, you'll crush just about everything with a 4080 Super Crush, to be honest. No pun intended. You only have one kidney left after I bought my last GPU. Yeah, I know, right? GPUs are expensive AF. And this stupid numbnuts over here is going to buy a 5080 when it comes out as well. I'm going to get another computer so that I can have a dedicated streaming rig. That's if, assuming I haven't killed over and died from lack of sleep by then. The word is they'll get announced either late this year or beginning of next year, but we'll see. Then I probably will have to sell kidneys to try and get one. The 4070 Ti is a superb card as well. Yeah, very, very good. It's not a lot worse than the 4080 Super. It's a little bit less powerful, and you've got slightly less memory in it. That's the main thing the 4080 offers. It's got 16 in it rather than 12, I think. But it's the 4070 Ti would be, yeah, my brother's got the 4070. I think it might be the Ti. He loves it. It's a lot more affordable than a 4080 Super if people aren't looking to really spend out. Because, I mean, my card was like £900 or something. Very expensive. £800, £900, something like that. Rumour is it's going to be in CES. Yeah, may well be. Could well be, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of rumours going around right now, but it will be sometime in the next 6 months, I think. Give or take. Let me just add that to the kill count. Here we go. If you don't care about ray tracing, yeah, if you don't care about ray tracing, the AMD cards are actually just as good. They can be comparable, but that's the thing. Nvidia's ray tracing tech is just pretty. It's just that good compared to it. Like, yeah. Except the 4090, yeah. The 4090 is absolutely not worth it for the money unless you're mega rich. If you're mega rich and you don't care about paying out 60% more money for 28% value, then fine. And I know people have done it because they're wealthy enough that they just don't care. And I get it, but for me, the 4080 Super was the best of both worlds. You got really, really good performance for about as good a value as you're going to get for that kind of performance boost, I suppose. So that's where I landed with it. And I probably won't buy a 5090 either unless it's significantly more affordable than its 4090 counterpart, because it's just not worth the extra money. 5080 will be just fine, I imagine. Is there space going in the runs? Yeah, I mean, if someone wants to make space for you, then you can absolutely come join, dude. I've not run an NVIDIA GPU since the 6080. Yeah, so I had, funnily enough, in one of my first ever gaming laptop, I had two 6080s in it, and that was the worst decision I ever made for value. That's not good. My game has crashed or something. Oh, what's going on? That's not good. My game's crashed or something. Okay, well, I don't know what's happening with my game, guys. So I think the game's actually crashed. I was just checking to make sure the stream hasn't died. It does look like the stream's okay. Yeah, I think something's gone wrong with the game here. Okay, gonna have to force close the game, I think. Oh no, there we go. It's working now. What the hell? That was the longest load screen I've ever seen in my entire life. I was actually worried that crashed my stream for a minute. Oh, I've just realised I haven't turned the display off of SD, have I? That's going to be blinding your eyeballs. Whoops, sorry guys. I really should set this